has experience with your head coach, that's beneficial. He's been in this offense. We know what he looks like in this offense. Joe Tooney, Ryan Poles was there when they selected him. So he's been around Joe Tooney. Obviously, Joe Tooney's play speaks for itself. You know what you're getting there. You know who he is as a person, what he's going to be in the locker room. So you start there. And then the other thing is this was their glaring need if you watch the Bears last year. If we're going to get a fair evaluation of Caleb Williams, that has to be upgraded. So not only have you already done that before free agency even starts, you've now freed yourself up a little bit in both free agency and the draft because, you don't want to be in a situation where you have just this glaring need where you've got to grossly overpay in terms of what you're going to give a free agent, or you're reaching for somebody with that 10th overall pick. Now it frees up some new names there, Rich. Ashton Jeanty now, to me, is legitimately in the conversation there if you're the Bears. You think about that. Just think about those three young guys with Odunze. Obviously still have DJ Moore, but let's just go with the rookies last year. Odunze, Caleb Williams, and now all of a sudden the next year you throw Ashton Jeanty in there. That can be a fun trio to grow with.
So Jeanty would be the Gibbs of this offense, if to use the Lions template in Chicago. Is that what he would be?
Yeah, I think he's almost he's not a 1-for-1 comp there with Gibbs. I think Gibbs has a little bit more top end speed. I think Jeanty has more power. But yeah, he's going to be your back. He's going to be your guy who's going to hit home runs for you. And he can be that guy for them going forward. Also, I know you've got Cole Kmet, but if you wanted to stylistically have some fun, what if you threw Tyler Warren in there and you're out there with two tights and you've got Tyler Warren, Cole Kmet, with DJ Moore and Rome Odunze? You can have some fun creatively with that package as well. And now, without having that glaring need, maybe you're in a situation where you trade back and you could completely rebuild the interior of your offensive line. What if you just trade back a few spots and you take Gray Zabel from North Dakota State and you throw him at center, and now you have completely rebuilt the interior of that offensive line in front of Caleb Williams?
I love it. There's now pieces that we can associate with who we saw at the Combine to try and figure out how teams can remake themselves here in 2025. Daniel Jeremiah on the Rich Eisen Show. Normally, when you come on after the Combine, we have a better sense of how you value guys at the top of the draft and the top of the draft board. But taking a look at your top 10 of your top 50 coming into the Combine, only 2 of them worked out. So I don't know how to evaluate. That said, are you changing anything coming out of Indianapolis in any way, shape, or form, Daniel?
There's not going to be too much changed as I look at that list right there with those players. Again, it's not much to change off of. Maybe some measurables that you didn't know. Jalen Walker a little bit shorter than you'd hoped. Will Campbell with the arm length was a discussion.
How about the medical on Carter? How about that?
Yeah,
Daniel.
Yeah, I didn't talk to teams that were too overly concerned there. There were the 2 options. You can kind of rest it and then still go through the process in the spring, or you could have the surgery. I kind of inquired, hey, if he has the surgery, is that, now it's obviously a longer recovery, is that a major issue? And it sounds like that's a little more commonplace than maybe I thought. So I didn't gather there was a ton of concern there with him. But he goes to his pro day. We'll see what that looks like. If he comes out of that looking good and feeling good, I think he's not going to move on my list.
So then, what is the word that you're hearing, I guess, about the top picks and where things might land coming out of Indianapolis that might be different having come into Indianapolis? Daniel?
Not a ton with the Tennessee Titans. There's not from inside Tennessee, but outside there seems to be they would love to get out of there, and not fall too far, to stay in range of those top few prospects. And that's, teams aren't saying it, but that to me sounds like the Giants, the Giants and the Browns would be the 2 teams, maybe to try and just the little baby jump up there to the number 1 pick to get Cam Ward. But nothing really in terms of what Tennessee, where they were leaning if they were to stick and pick. So that's still up for grabs. And I know we had Sean Payton on. I think Peter had interviewed Sean Payton,
yes.
And he was talking about last year with Bo Nix, and shoot, they weren't locked in and zeroed in on him until after the private workout, not even the pro day. So I think there's still some time here before we get a good feeling on where teams are leaning.
It's certainly for the quarterback front, and didn't take long for an unnamed coach to slag on a player coming out of the combine. And if knowing Dion and the Sanders family as long as I have, you could have pegged Shadur as being in those figurative crosshairs, Daniel, and not to drag you in a mosh pit here.
Yeah.
But the conversation about him being brash, arrogant, or not as involved in certain conversations and in meeting rooms with teams. What did you hear about that? Anything you want to chime in on this front, Daniel?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything in that way. The thing I heard from teams that met with him at the East-West, because he was at the East-West game, and a lot of teams got a chance to visit with him. Everybody that I talked to that visited with him there enjoyed being around him, and said he had a good energy about him. Obviously, he's confident in who he is, what he's accomplished, and I'd rather not have to instill confidence in my quarterback. I'll put it that way. So I have no problem with that. The teams I talked to that had talked to him there didn't really have any issues there. So I haven't talked to anybody that interviewed him at this combine, recently to get any feedback. But
right.
that was all the stuff that I had from when he was in Dallas at the East-West.
So then let's stick to the tape then. If you're hearing somebody say they don't even have him in the first round, would you agree that he's even borderline on that front, or you would disagree with that assessment, Daniel?
I think this is the statement, and I've talked about this all through the combine about this being a starters, not stars draft, right? So there's certain players you can say, we can drop them in any of the 32 buildings and they'll be fine. We've had years like that. I think those top three quarterbacks we had last year, Rich, I had big grades on those guys, and I thought, they're going to be able to make it work no matter what offensive system you want to run, no matter what environment that you're in. I thought those were kind of universal talents. I don't think this year it's the case. That's why I've said fit is more important. So it doesn't surprise me. It's not just like Shadur. It's going to be other players at other positions. This is a fit draft. This is finding guys that fit what you do. Shadur fits certain teams and certain offenses and certain environments. I think he's got a chance to be a successful starter. But there's going to be other places where you might say, yeah, he doesn't, he's not physical enough. Doesn't have maybe the arm or the physicality to play in, the Cleveland would be an interesting one with him. In the AFC North, he's kind of a rugged division. So, I could see, okay, maybe somebody from there wouldn't be as high on him as they would on someone like Cam Ward, who's just got a little more, he's got a little more life on the ball, a little more power. So, that's what I'm getting at is I don't read too much into it when some team says we don't have him as a first rounder. Well, he doesn't fit what you do. So that doesn't mean he's not a great fit for 3 or 4 other teams.
So then let's look at the top of the draft. Which one do you think is the best fit for Shadur that you think is quarterback needy?
The two teams that I like just in terms of stylistically, yep. I like the Raiders at 6. And I like the Saints at 9.
Why?
Like just in terms of how, first of all, they both play indoors, which I love. He does not have to have a huge arm. It's timing, it's accuracy, it's precision. You look at the Saints inside that division, who they're playing, where they're playing. I think that works. I think Kellen Moore. Everybody looks at what he did last year. Kellen Moore is always going to morph around who he has and what he has. I think if you look at what he did in Dallas with Dak in the past game, I think you could do a lot of those things with kind of a pure passer like Shadur. And Kellen Moore, his whole career was as a player was anticipation, accuracy, efficiency. So I could see him appreciating the strengths of Shadur.
Which quarterback helped himself? Let's talk about kids who actually worked out. Which quarterback helped himself on Saturday, DJ?
Yeah, I would say the two that right off the top, I thought Jackson Dart was able to throw the ball well. I thought it came out well. He did a nice job, had a good workout. I mean, C.J. Stroud's kind of the gold standard. We talked about that from the combine performances we've seen over the last decade. It wasn't there. It wasn't at that level, but it was really solid. He was my third quarterback coming into the combine, and he left the combine. Just watching him throw live, I felt comfortable with having him in that spot right there. And then Tyler Shuck, who's a little bit older, but big, strong. He's kind of made for that. If the combine throwing session is almost like the driving range, he's impressive. He's impressive at the driving range. He's big and strong, and he's really got a live arm. So those are the two that stood out the most to me, with Kyle McCord being another one who was intriguing with the way he spun the ball.
Okay. And which teams do you think are on the back end of the draft that might go ahead and get their quarterback of the future while already having a bridge? Anybody that you think is looking for front-loading the future right now that might, when you and I are sitting there with our colleagues on the first night in Green Bay, go, whoa, okay, there we go. What do you think?
Yeah, this wouldn't necessarily be at the back end, because I think they're more in the middle of the draft.
All
but
right.
the team that you hear a little chirping about is like, hey, don't sleep on them. If something were to slide, or if Seattle could be a sneaky team, they could be a quarterback team. So that was one that kind of, that's interesting to me. You think about Geno's not young. That would make sense that, they've got a coach coming into his second year, Coach McDonald, trying to identify someone if it fell to him, or if it got close. Maybe that's one of those quarterback teams that we necessarily haven't been thinking of.
And then who's the guy that made you go back, or you're putting a list together of, I got to go check the tape based on what I saw in Indianapolis? Who's at the top of that list for you, Daniel?
Well, there's a couple guys. Malachi Starks is a really, really good player who I had kind of in the bottom first. I think he was maybe my 31st, 33rd player, somewhere around there. Safety out of Georgia, who didn't make as many plays this year. And then if you look at the testing, like, he ran 4.5 flat, which is good, but not not a great time. His shuttle drills were not great, but his field workout was phenomenal. And then on top of that, I talked to the teams that met with him and said, like, off the charts intelligence, like, this guy understands football in a big way, which at the safety position is incredibly important. So he made more plays when he was younger. So he's one of those guys like, okay, I'm gonna go back and watch some 23 tape and see him and see him get a chance to get his hands on the football a little bit more. But he's gonna move up for me, definitely. And staying in the secondary, Trey Amos, the corner from Ole Miss. Well, the only question really was his speed. He's a really good player, and then he ran I want to say 4.43 is what he ran. So okay, that's worthy of another peek there to see if I can get him in my top 50.
Okay, just because I got in trouble with my son Cooper by calling him 13, and then he texted me, I'm 14 now, Dad.
Yeah.
You had fun with that one. So Cooper
twice, by the way, twice.
I did
one
that
on
twice.
air, one off air.
That's true.
Sorry, Coop. I didn't want to.
No, so
break
my
that news to you.
14-year-old Cooper Eisen, who is a diehard Patriot fan, who, Chris, he targeted for the Patriots, not at the top of the draft. He wants Jaden Higgins. He's the one who.
Ooh, nice.
Would Higgins be a good fit for New England, do you think? Daniel,
yeah, I'm a Higgins. I'm a Higgins guy. He's
Okay.
got, and we said it when he was running and working out. He has a little bit of Nico Collins to him, just that kind of power forward, can go up and get it. He's pretty good getting in and out of breaks for a bigger wide receiver. Ran well. His teammate, tell him, go ahead and see if you can get a package deal too, because Jalen Knoll he had a phenomenal workout. He was awesome. So why not bring a couple Cyclones up to the Patriots and see if we can make some noise up there.
There you go. Before I let you go, Daniel, a couple of quarterback driven headlines I want to hit you on, and that is the non-franchise tagging of Sam Darnold. You interpret that to do what? What do you make of that, Daniel?
Well, the J.J. McCarthy era is about to kick off. That's the takeaway there. I just think if he gets to the market, and he sounds like he is going to get to the market, I don't think Minnesota would have let it get to that point if they were going to really, really try and make that happen. So I would guess that Sam Darnold's probably moving on, probably done in Minnesota, and that's going to be the first domino to actually fall, right? Because Stafford didn't go anywhere, so that doesn't change the chessboard. Now all of a sudden Sam Darnold lands somewhere. Now we get some movement, and now I think that's kind of like he's the leadoff hitter in free agency.
He sure is.
That's what kind of gets everything going.
So then who do you think would take him? Where do you peg him? What are the spots for him?
I mean, I think, Does Sam want to go back to the New York market? I don't know that he would,
Right.
But I would think the Giants would be in on that. I would think that the Pittsburgh Steelers would be an option, depending on if they were to get something done with Fields. It sounds like, from everything Ian says and everything I've heard, that it would be Fields over Russell Wilson there. So that's, but that maybe Sam Darnold gets involved there. I lobbed this tweet out, which a lot of the Colts fans didn't appreciate, I guess. But I was like, hey, if you're the Colts, and we talked to Shane Steichen in our booth, and they said they want to bring in some competition. I think everybody kind of assumes like that's kind of maybe a flyer on some, veteran. But if Sam Darnold gets to the market, I would have a hard time arguing that Anthony Richardson gives him a better chance to win next year than Sam Darnold would. So that would be one that I would, maybe keep an eye on.
Okay. And then lastly, our friend Jason Lockenforer from back in the day tweeted out that he's hearing the Niners' first offer to Purdy is $45 million, and that they're playing hardball with him. How would you translate this?
I think, to me, at some point in time, that the numbers are going to get thrown around. We'll see what gets out publicly. I think it's in the interest of the player and the team to get it worked out. And to me, Kyle just loves him so much and has not been shy about it. And he can operate what he wants, exactly how he wants. I would imagine that's this thing's going to get done. I'd be pretty confident that they'll find some common ground there. What that number looks like, if that gets to maybe it's 50, a little over 50. I don't think he's going to reset the market there at 60, but. To me, it makes too much sense. It's such a good fit. Just figure it out how you're going to get it done. But by the sound of it, with Ayuk potentially being on the trade market, we got to get some more receivers in here, Rich. We got to find some guys for him to throw to.
DJ, really appreciate your 2 cents as always. You're truly the best. I love sitting next to you on the combine. The two of us just have a blast. You make it so easy and fun.
You are the best. I'm just mad at you for one reason. You never told me that you had an acting gig. I found out from my wife, and she's watching the show, and said you did a phenomenal job. I didn't even know. That's humility, because with Rich, he's not going to broadcast all that he's got going on in his acting career. You're just going to find out from your wife. That's how it works.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm going for the EGOT, Daniels. How's that now? I'm just going to go throw that out there. I'm going for the EGOT.
On your way, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
He didn't even tell us about it.
I was
That's what I'm saying.
I had no idea.
Mopped up.
Okay. It's just the way
I haven't watched Wicked yet. Do you have a role in that thing?
Definitely do not. Definitely do not. Definitely do not. But still see it. You should still watch it. Okay. Take care, DJ. You're the best.
See you, buddy.
There you go. That's Daniel Jeremiah right here on the Rich Eisen Show. So much food for thought. My word. But let's speed it on down the line. We're up against it with an update from Andrew Bogish.
Infinity Sports Network. Sports Flash.
Rich, this update sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Your small business keeps you on the go. Progressive Commercial Insurance keeps your policy within reach with our easy-to-use mobile app. Learn more at progressivecommercial.com. The Suns finally won again last night, 119-117 over the Clippers after trailing by 23 late in the third. But that comeback is not the headline. It's a somewhat heated sideline exchange between Kevin Durant and head coach Mike Budenholzer earlier in the game. KD says we should not make a big deal of it.
We competitive as two individuals who want to see things done the right way. And sometimes my way ain't the way that Bud want to do it, and vice versa. And he allows me as a player on the team, a veteran on the team, to voice my opinion. If we both didn't care, we would never have stuff like that.
KD scored 34 last night, leading that comeback. Travis Kelce confirming again he'll play next season, this time on his podcast. Kelce saying he knows he can still play at a high level and can especially be better than he was last season. The Bears reportedly trading for Chiefs Pro Bowl guard Joe Thuney the day after trading for Rams guard Jonah Jackson. And the San Diego Padres have reportedly signed Mets infielder Jose Iglesias. I'm Andrew Bogish.
Insight, info, and trends. And, oh yeah, lots of fun along the way. This is WEEI 850 AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. But don't wait. The The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now. So visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Listen, you don't think about life insurance until you need it. When my uncle passed away, life insurance from SBLI allowed my aunt to pay off her mortgage and bills. My parents had SBLI, my grandparents had it. We went to SBLI when the baby was born. But when you get married or buy your first house, you'll need life insurance. SBLI has great customer service and affordable rates. So when it is time to think about life insurance, think SBLI.
SBLI. Call 888-GET-SBLI.
Where'd you get those shoes? Easy. They're from DSW. Because DSW has the exact right shoes for whatever you're into right now. You know, like the sneakers that make office hours feel like happy hour. The boots that turn grocery aisles into runways. And all the styles that show off the many sides of you, from daydreamer to multitasker and everything in between. Because you do it all in really great shoes. Find a shoe for every you at your DSW store or dsw.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Insight, info, and trends to help you win, all in one place. We are 8:50 a.m. Boston, an Odyssey station.
Or a quarter of a century.
Yeah, my God. Back on the Rich Eisen show.
My bad, quarter of a century. You know math's not my thing.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. But don't wait. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event is going on now, so visit your Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai. Everybody. Terzo in Iowa, you're here on the program. What's up, Terzo? How you been? All rise.
Oh, I've been doing pretty well, Rich. Kind of a terrible snowy day here in Des Moines.
Okay.
And I know we kind of have some pet peeves at times, but people that do not use a blinker when driving in a snowstorm,
what's going on?
Absolutely one of the dumbest things in the world.
What's going on?
Just use your blinker, people.
My God. Terzo, way to speak for blinker safety. I appreciate that. You must have gone to blinker school.
Well,
yes.
I just have to, at times defend people in traffic court, so sometimes it's, one of those things.
You've seen the bad side. Yeah, up close.
I've seen the bad stuff, Rich.
Yes,
I've seen it. Hey, Rich, I can't believe, Brockman, you've joined the Bang Bang Niner gang. Congratulations. I've been waiting for you to jump on the bandwagon.
As long as they hold the line on Purdy, he will be Bang Bang Niner ganging for sure.
Late 80s, when I lived in Alaska, I was a Niner fan because I lived on the West Coast.
Okay.
I do appreciate that. I just think that they are going to hold the line with him. And just knowing Brock, and we've talked about it before, I think he's going to see that one good contract is great. 2 or 3 really good contracts are better. And if you win in San Francisco, come on, man, you're going to be a Niner for life. Look at Steve Young. He said it best on Monday.
Thank you, Terzo. Appreciate it. It'll get done. It'll get done. It'll get done with starting with a 5, and we can all go back to our homes. Hour number. Navy Federal Credit Union is offering a 0% intro APR on credit card balance transfers for 12 months and get $250 when you spend $2,500 in your first 90 days on a Cash Rewards or Cash Rewards Plus credit card. Visit NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. After the intro rate expires, variable APRs are 15.15% to 18% based on credit worthiness. Rates are subject to change. ATM fees for cash advances are up to $1 at non-Navy Federal ATMs.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Looking to improve your diet in the new year? Try seeing a personal dietitian with Nourish. Nourish has hundreds of dietitians who specialize in a variety of health concerns, including weight loss, gut health, and more. Meet with your dietitian online and message them anytime through the Nourish app. Nourish accepts hundreds of insurance plans. 94% of patients pay $0 out of pocket. Find your personal dietitian at usenourish.com. That's usenourish.com.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees.
To negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible, our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Do you have a special needs child or an older adult in your home? The risk of them leaving the house unnoticed is real and terrifying. But you can protect your loved ones with Vivint Home Security.
Alarm on.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone.
Right now, Vivint is offering a free doorbell camera with any new plan, plus free installation and low monthly monitoring plans. Smart locks, lights, cameras, and more make Vivint Home Security the smartest way to protect your family and prevent a tragedy. Vivint is the #1 smart home service provider in the U.S. Protection is just a phone call away. Call 800-953-6693. That's 800-953-6693. Monthly service agreement required for free installation.
And just like that, gold prices hit yet another all-time highs. Investors, central banks, billionaires from all around the world are flocking to own physical gold and silver. And guess what? Your chance to get off the sidelines and join this bull market is right now. My name is Jeremy Blossom. I'm with Advantage Gold, the #1 customer-rated gold company in America, and we have a free gold investment guide to help you understand what's going on and, more importantly, how to own physical gold and silver. All you need to do is call us at 1-800-900-8000 today, and we'll rush you this guide. It's 1-800-900-8000. Get our free gold investment guide and learn why now is the right time to own physical gold and silver. And if you call now, you could also earn up to $1,000 in free silver. What are you waiting for? Get off the sidelines. Call 1-800-900-8000 today.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
This is The Bet, WEEI, 850 AM, Boston. Part of the Bet MGM Network. An Odyssey sports station and Boston's home for wagertainment. Always live.
For Red Sox spring training baseball. Today, the Boston Red Sox face the Tampa Bay Rays on an 81-degree Wednesday afternoon. In the Grapefruit League, Garrett Crochet is on the mound for the third time this spring for the Red Sox. Stuff so far has looked like Garrett Crochet. Hit 99 miles an hour the other day against the Phillies. And today, he, for the first time, tries to finish 2 full innings. He struck out a lot of guys, but trying to dial in the strike throwing really for the first time this spring. That'll kick off a big day on the mound. Crochet, followed by Aroldis Chapman and Liam Hendricks at the back end of the bullpen. Bullpen battle continues. Brendan Bernardino and Greg Weissert are both scheduled to pitch against a Tampa Bay Rays lineup that has some major leaguers in there. Red Sox lineup looks pretty good. Jarren Duran leads off. Alex Bregman's in the 2 spot, followed by Masataka Yoshida and Trevor Story. Red Sox and Rays getting set for this one today. Cooper Boardman, Rob Bradford will join us in just a moment as we get set for baseball on a Wednesday afternoon from JetBlue Park. Bradford's got your lineups, and then first pitch from Garrett Crochet when we return on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Looking for a great value for lunch? Visit the 99 Restaurant for their new Daytime Deals menu, available Monday through Saturday until 5 p.m. Try the Vermont Cheddar Chicken Sandwich, flatbread combos, and 6 new hearty sandwiches. You gotta love the 9s.
Hey, it's Chris Scheiman. I'm just here thinking I did something spectacular when I dropped 45 pounds. But then Steve pops in, and he dropped a whopping 150 pounds with a Awaken 180 weight loss.
I got started because I was sick and tired of just being sick and tired all the time. Wanted more from life, and I knew that at my size, I wasn't being who I could be, who I want to be for not only myself, but for my wife. And I just like, something has got to change, and it's got to start soon. I mean, the program is so easy. Everything is really written down for you on your first day. having someone there to help you and also keep you accountable, just having that someone to talk to. And even the fact that Awaken 180 offers free maintenance for life is amazing because our lives change on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And sometimes you need help figuring it out because keeping the weight off is a lifetime commitment.
A lifetime commitment is what you'll receive with Awaken 180. 45 pounds to lose like I did or over 100 pounds like Steve, Awaken 180 can get you there and keep you there. Free support for life online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Greg. We are thrilled to have wrapped up yet another year of partnership with Chick-fil-A through the Community Heroes program. Over $22,000 was donated to various organizations in 2024, from coat donations for the needy, no-cost vacations on the Cape for families battling cancer, yard work for people unable to do it themselves, to dispatchers that help get our first responders to emergencies. We have everyday heroes all around us. If you'd like to nominate somebody in your community, just go to thegreghillfoundation.org/heroes.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network. This is WEEI.
Back at JetBlue Park in Fort Myers, the Red Sox and Tampa Bay Rays on a Wednesday afternoon in the Grapefruit League alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Garrett Crochet about to take the field, lead the Red Sox out in his third start of the spring. He faces the right-hander, hard-throwing right-hander for the Tampa Bay Rays, Joe Boyles. We get set for first pitch. Here's Bradfo with your lineups.
Oh, it's so good to be back in the home confines of JetBlue Park, Coop. Great day. A few clouds in the sky. Wind is blowing absolutely straight out. Take the over. Richie Palacios is leading off for Tampa Bay in center field. Jimenez is your DH. Jonathan Aranda, he's at second base. Christopher Morel, the acquisition for the Rays, he's in left field. Top prospect Carson Williams at shortstop. We'll talk more about him. Brett Seymour is at first base. Coco Montes at third base. Tristan Peters is your right fielder. And Trey Barrera at catcher with Joe Boyle, another guy we'll be talking a lot about. I don't know if you know this. He throws really, really hard. He is starting for the Rays. For the Red Sox, leading off Sharon Duran left field. Alex Bregman back at third base. Masa Yoshida, who is out throwing a little bit in the backfield. He is DHing. Trevor Story is your shortstop. David Hamilton is second base. Connor Wong is the catcher. Abraham Toro, the Abraham Toro, he's at first base. Trace Thompson having a great spring. He's back in center field. And our guy, JHOSTYNXON Garcia, Just Nixon Garcia, is in right field with, yes, Garrett Crochet. It's Crochet Day on the mound.
Just got a nice round of applause as he came out of the third base side dugout. Big, tall, strong left-hander. Red Sox rocking the bright red spring training uniform. Tops today in the white bottoms. Crochet with the red hat, the B on the front, and the navy bill. On an 81-degree day with the wind, as Bradford told you, howling towards dead center field. Two fly ball pitchers, two guys that are going to try to keep the ball in the yard today. Against a couple of lineups, you got some major leaguers in there. You talked about it. The Rays have some of their top prospects. Red Sox with Alex Bregman again making a start at third base today. This was originally supposed to be the day that Rafi Devers was going to make his spring training debut. That's been pushed back a little bit as he tries to get his timing in live batting practice. And he homered today in a live BP on one of the back fields. Trevor Story starts at shortstop. David Hamilton gets us another start at second base. Him and Vaughn Grissom have seen really the lion's share of the second base reps so far. Christian Campbell will come in, we assume, a little bit later on in the game. No Marcelo Meyer, no Roman Anthony, at least to this point. No Tristan Casas. Those are three of the guys currently dealing with a stomach issue, that an illness that's been kind of running through the clubhouse, but that's okay. We got Duran, Bregman, Yoshida, and Story at the top of the lineup. Crochet makes his third start of the spring. He'll face Richie Palacios, Eloy Jimenez, and Jonathan Aranda at the top of the Rays lineup. Rays rocking the baby blue tops with the navy caps and the bright yellow bill. Crochet is on the mound, the left-hander from the third base side out of the wide. His first pitch is swung on and fouled off of the catcher. Flew into the air and Crochet made the catch. That is a bouncing strike one against Richie Palacios. Crochet is saying that it hit the catcher and flew into his mitt. I think the umpire today, Andy Fletcher behind the plate, is saying it hit something else and then flew into my mitt.
This is a weird
This is
situation.
crazy. I mean, there's no television today, so we have no replay. But Crochet's saying, I mean, if you fouled it off the catcher, it went in the air, and Crochet made the catch, then that would be it out.
Evidently, that's not the case because the umpire is saying no.
And it either hit the catcher or Andy Fletcher. And if it hit Andy Fletcher, I think the umpire probably knew it hit him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Coop, you're going to want to stick around for this broadcast, not only because you have guys like Chandler Simpson, Barrelman, Jamie Westbrook coming in later in the game.
Second pitch is a fastball inside from Crochet.
But could be also, in tradition of the Cooper Boardman, Rob Bradford podcast, we also have players coming up to the broadcast booth. We have Lucas Giolito. He'll be up a little bit later.
1 ball and 1 strike. Third pitch of Crochet's day is a curveball inside. 2 balls and a strike to Richie Palacios.
I also believe that Assistant General Manager Eddie Romero will stop on by. So a cavalcade of stars.
Wow.
That's not even including us.
2-1 from Crochet is swung on and missed, but a fastball right by Palacios. We don't have any velocity readings yet on the scoreboards here at JetBlue Park, but Crochet ran 99 against the Phillies on the road on Sunday. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Went upstairs with heat. Don't need the radar gun to tell you he had velo, and he strikes out Palacios to start the afternoon.
Well, we talked about that game up in Clearwater, how he wasn't discouraged at all. He actually thought it was probably a step forward, even though he didn't reach the innings that he wanted to. But in terms of just missing on some of the pitches, overall, he thought it was a pretty encouraging sign, and that would be suggested in his first batter he's faced.
First pitch to Eloy Jimenez is inside. Former teammates here. Jimenez is on a minor league deal after a really brutal year with the White Sox last season. Right-hand hitting DH all the way back in the box, that open stance. And the pitch to him is just beneath the zone with the fastball, 2-0.
Before the game today, I was asking Alex Cora sort of a question that we have been tossing around. What pitcher would you want to go out of your way to see?
2-0. Swing and a miss.
And it stemmed from the conversation of maybe traveling to see Paul Skeens pitch tomorrow after the game in Dunedin. And I don't know if you know this. Alex Cora had an answer for this.
Ooh. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Jimenez, foul back.
Because this is one of the things that we said that has been missing. Do you have this ticket? Is this the guy that you want to see, the starting pitcher? For Alex Cora, it was Kevin Brown, a guy he ultimately ended up playing with.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. I'm like, Kevin Brown's sinker, like, it was crazy good. He was a big guy. I think people like to watch big pitchers.
2-2, swing, line drive, right field, a base hit for Eloy Jimenez. Got to a cutter upstairs and drove it the other way for a 1-out single off of Garrett Crochet.
I think Crochet obviously falls under that category where you want to go out of your way to see him. In other words, when the Red Sox come to town and people visiting players or visiting fans, it's like, okay, who's pitching for the Red Sox? I hope it's Garrett Crochet.
He faces left-hand hitting Jonathan Aranda, Rays second baseman, who stands all the way back in the box. He takes strike 1 on the inside corner, a cutter from Crochet. But when we went to Clearwater, I guess that was Friday, against the Phillies, I mean, when Garrett Crochet stepped on the mound, that was a day where, Jesus Luzardo was playing, Bryce Harper was playing, Trey Turner was playing. 0-1 is swung on line foul down the left field line by Aranda. When Garrett Crochet came out of the dugout, there was like a ripple through the crowd.
I mean, there's certainly a ripple through the crowd today. Everybody who got this ticket, you can't plan who the pitcher is going to be, but believe me, they are really happy they got this one.
0-2, down and away. Aranda didn't chase a cutter, and the count goes to 1-2.
And it's not only because Barrelman is going to be guaranteed a home run later in the game. Good to see Jamie Westbrook in all seriousness. Great guy. Had some good moments last year.
1-2 from Crochet is again fouled back.
And it's funny because you talk about Carson Williams, one of the top prospects in baseball, top 10 prospect in baseball. He's playing shortstop for the Rays right now. And, of course, where was he drafted, Coop? First round,
28?
What year?
Oh, 2021.
Yes,
the draft.
The official draft of the Coop.
Yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but
Coop and Bradfo broadcast. We were talking at length about the 2021 draft because Marcelo Meyer obviously wasn't it. Henry Davis, who we saw yesterday, was the number one pick. And Carson Williams was also, as you point out, another high school shortstop.
Fouled off by Christopher Morel. Yeah, another one of those guys, and another one of those guys that has become a lot more highly valued in like the last 365 days based on the AA year that he had. He stands on deck. Christopher Morel bats, man on first, 2 outs, top of the first inning, no score, Red Sox and Rays. Garrett Crochet delivers and just missed beneath the zone.
Where was that pitch?
Connor Wong was throwing the ball back. He paused halfway through the toss.
We have our own personal ABS system here.
Yeah,
now,
it's you going,
come on, I'm patting my head. Let's go.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch, swing and a miss. Morel with a haphazard swing on a changeup running away from him. And the count goes to 1-2. Crochet struck out Palacios, gave up the single to Jimenez, then Kate Aranda looking for 3 strikeouts in the first. A 1-2 pitch from the left-hander to Morel is a called strike 3. Cutter at the knees to finish off a Garrett Crochet inning. 3 strikeouts. Red Sox come to bat in the bottom of the first. Duran, Bregman, Yoshida on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Garrett Crochet struck out 3 men in the first inning. Red Sox coming to bat for the very first time. And Jarren Duran will lead off against the right-hander Joe Boyle. Big, tall, and strong right-hander Boyle fires in a fastball outside. It's a shame. I don't know why exactly. You know, usually at least the radar gun velos are popping for us here at JetBlue Park. They're not on today.
So the one day that we actually want them on.
1-0, swinging a foul back by Duran. I can promise both of these guys are pumping 97, 98, 99 on a pitch-to-pitch basis. Boyle was with the Oakland A's the last few years, traded along with a few other guys for Jeffrey Springs in December. 1-1. That's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike against Jarren, 1-2. This is one of those guys that when he became a Tampa Bay Ray, there were a lot of people around baseball saying, oh, no, he's a Tampa Bay Ray. Because he's been, a guy who's thrown big-time velo and just hasn't thrown enough strikes to be successful yet. Right-hander versus Duran. First batter at the bottom of the first. And he misses outside with a changeup, 2-2 to Jarren.
He's a big dude, and we have two very big dudes in the mound today, Crochet and Joe Boyle. What's interesting where Joe Boyle was drafted to go along the lines of draft fascinations.
2-2. Swing and a foul back by Jaron.
Also the name of my fantasy football team, Draft Fascinations. But he was part of the 2020 draft. And what makes it even more interesting that he was a fifth-round pick. So if you remember, there was only 5 rounds in that draft.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch to Duran. He swings and misses. Chase the fastball upstairs for the first out of the first.
Man, I mean, just to try. Good luck catching up to that high fastball. That thing was moving. But in case people don't remember, there were 5 rounds in that 2020 draft, and if you aren't drafted, you were a free agent, and you could only sign for $20,000. So it was like this feeding frenzy. It was really a weird dynamic, but they drafted him. The Reds did.
Alex Bregman couldn't check his swing on a first pitch slider. Strike 1. Bregman, the right-hand hitting third baseman, got another nice hand as he walked to the plate facing Joe Boyle. Right-hander out of the stretch, the 0-1 to Bregman. He checks his swing, and again, didn't hold it back enough on a slider tied up, and it's 0-2, and Bregman is staring daggers at the first base umpire, Brian O'Nora. First one he went, second one was 50-50, maybe 40-60. So now he's down 0-2. Pitch is inside. Checked his hands on a slider again up top, 1-2.
Yeah, for you young players, if you want to see how to set up for a 2-strike pitch, look at Alex Bregman. I mean, choked up a little bit on the bat tight end, really compact swing.
1-2 to him. He takes low and in. Another slider. So Bregman hasn't yet seen a fastball. This is where it's really fun to watch him hit. He goes down 0-2. His zone tightens. Foul pitches off. And he doesn't get a lot of fastballs in these counts because he usually hammers them. 2-2. He gets a fastball, hits it hard left side at the third baseman. Montez ranges left, picks it up, and tosses on to first for the second out of the bottom of the first inning. Two down in the bottom of the first. Red Sox nothing and Rays nothing on a Wednesday afternoon.
Now we got Masa Yoshida, and I saw Masa playing a little game of catch, and when I say a little game of catch, I mean it wasn't very far away. He's got a ways to go.
Batting from the left side, he takes strike 1, a fastball. 45 feet, would you say?
I mean, I didn't pace it off, but probably right around there.
That's the longest he's thrown from so far. The 0-1, he takes a changeup low, 1-1. That's looked good for Yoshida, though. First couple of games. Drove in 3 last time he was here at JetBlue Park. His first at bat of the spring, he doubled down the right field line with the bases loaded. Bats with nobody on and 2 down. And a 1-1. He takes way outside. 2 balls and a strike from Boyle.
Well, we get a representative lineup certainly today, which is, for a pitcher, as we saw with Crochet against Philadelphia, that's what they want. They want to see the regulars.
2-1. Yoshida swings, chops it over the mound. Williams charges, grabs in front of second, and throws out Yoshida by a healthy amount to end the inning. Red Sox go down in order. Garrett Crochet back to the mound when we return in a scoreless game in the second on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaws and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaws and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaws and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaws and Star Market can save you time and money.
There's a lot to love about. There's a lot to love about you.
Don't miss the Subaru of New England, a lot to love event. Love all the trusted 2025 Subaru Forester has to offer, like symmetrical all-wheel drive. Buy with 3.9% financing for up to 48 months, or lease for just $319 per month for 36 months. Versatile, capable, and reliable, the 2025 Forester is equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, the latest tech, and advanced Subaru safety features so you can adventure with confidence. Buy the 2025 Forester with 3.9% financing for up to 48 months or lease for just $319 per month with $32.19 due at signing. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
There's a lot to love about you.
Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. Find out how fast and inexpensive it is to keep your basement dry for good. Don't let rain cause damage to your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Garrett Crochet back to the mound for the second inning. And his first pitch, fastball on the inside corner for a strike against the right-hand hitter for the Rays, Carson Williams. Scoreless game, Red Sox and Rays. Big, tall left-hander Crochet from the third base side kicks. Deals and gets a swing and a miss on a back foot breaker. Williams chased the dirt. Number 9 overall pick, or prospect that is, in MLB Pipeline's top 100. Williams swings 0-2, drives it to center in the air. Thompson ranging, it's over his head. He misplayed it, came in and over, and bounces off the center field wall. Thompson picks it up and gets it in. And Carson Williams doubles to lead off for the Rays.
We've been singing the praises of Trace Thompson, how well he's fielding and how smooth he's been right there. And that was a victim of the wind. The wind is blowing absolutely straight out. And even though it wasn't elevated that much, got up just enough to sail over his head and make a really good fielder misjudge the ball.
You said it off the top. The flags in right center field are almost straight out, waving in the wind to dead center above the 420-foot sign. Man on second. First pitch cutter outside to Bob Seymour. Crochet gave up a little bit of contact against the Phillies last week. What really hurt him in terms of like having longevity of an outing was he just didn't throw enough strikes in these spots.
Yeah, he was pretty happy though because he was just missing.
1-0 line foul down the left field line.
I asked him, you switch teams. Anytime you switch teams and switch organizations and switch environments, it can be a little disconcerting. And he obviously had been with the White Sox. I said, well, did you switch schools as a kid? I was always petrified of that, switching schools.
Make new friends.
Oh.
1 ball and a strike, left on left pitch. And he poured in a fastball at 99, a sinker. So that's the first reading we've got of the day. Looks like it's okay. And it's 1-2.
And I can confirm that he did switch schools as a third grader.
And how was that a traumatic experience for him?
He said the grass is always greener.
1-2, swing and a miss. Got a chase on a slider. So he followed 99 with the sinker with an 87-mile-an-hour slider. It strikes out Bob Seymour for his 4th K in the 4th out Garrett Crochet's got so far.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you look at Crochet stuff in person, and you just see it's just different.
Yeah.
I don't care about him being a starter for just a year. It's just different.
1 out, man on second. First pitch just inside to the right-hand hitting third baseman Coco Montez. That's true. And we've seen some pretty good pitchers over the last week and a half. We've had, we watched Jesus Luzardo. Even Bailey Ober had a nice year last year. 1-0, runner goes, pitch outside, throw to third, on the money, and in time. Wong cuts down Williams for the second out of the second.
Well, there you go. Connor Wong, I know they've been working really, really hard. All the catchers on getting better defensively, especially lower in the zone. But he popped up. Nice throw.
Pitch to Montez outside 3-0. That's an underrated storyline probably this spring, right? I mean, we're all talking about the second catcher spot as being a defensive catcher, and we feel like it needs to be a defensive catcher because Connor Wong hasn't been a great one. 3-0 inside ball 4, and Coco Montez has a walk with 2 outs in the second inning. Connor graded out as, framing wise, well below average, blocks above average. He was way below average. He did throw out runners at a rate that was better than league average, but I do think there's a question of what kind of defensive catcher is he on opening day 2025. First pitch is a cutter outside to Tristan Peters.
Well, once again, it's been a point of emphasis, not only for Connor Wong, but for all the catchers, and controlling the bottom of the zone. And that's where that pitch he threw him out was. And that was not an easy pitch to manage.
1-0 tap back foul, 1-1.
And you thinking about it, as as Carson Williams is going, Crochet is very methodical to the mound. And you sort of think, I don't know if you felt this way, but I'm like, he's got this base stolen. And it was just a really nice throw by Connor Wong.
Man off first, 2 down, 1-1. Swing and a chopper over Crochet at the shortstop Story, who, as he caught it, had his foot on the second base bag for the force out to end the inning. 4th strikeout for Crochet through 2 innings. Connor Wong throws out a man, and the Red Sox come to bat in the bottom of the 2nd. Story, Hamilton, and Wong in a scoreless game in the Shaws at Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Just like our hometown legends of the diamond, Herb Chambers has been hitting it out of the park for decades with legendary customer service. With over 35 brands and so many locations, Herb Chambers offers the largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs in New England. You can always count on getting the lowest prices and best value. And at Herb Chambers, you always get more for your trade. Come see for yourself and experience our legendary customer service today. Herb Chambers. We don't sell cars. We help people buy them.
Your old or broken phone can let you down. But at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence with a new line on My Plan and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. After all, you don't want your old phone to die on you when you're lost.
Perfect.
Or for your broken phone to glitch at the worst possible time.
Hey, can I get your number? Oh.
Trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad.
Looking for new, highly durable, and low-maintenance windows? Look no further. Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington to see the Sierra Pacific H3 windows. With the Sierra Pacific H3 windows, you can choose from 50 exterior colors and 8 interior wood species. And each window is protected by low-maintenance, highly durable exterior cladding that will stand up to the harsh New England weather for years to come. CCL and Sierra Pacific Windows. Nobody's ever built a window like this before. Go to cclco.com to learn more. cclco.com.
When we opened Riverwalk Brewing, we turned to the Health Connector for business for employee health insurance. In about half an hour, we found coverage tailored for our needs. Now, I only spend 10 minutes a month managing our plan.
mahealthconnector.org/business.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Trevor Story bats. He took the first pitch outside from the Rays right-hander Joe Boyle. Bottom of the 2nd, no score, Red Sox and Rays from JetBlue. 2nd pitch, and Story cuts and misses. He was late at 99, running in on him from Boyle. Took an inning for the radar guns here at JetBlue to wake up. They're on, and they've flashed 98, 99 over and over again. 1-1, found high down the right field line, foul side of the line. Seymour out, first baseman down the line, turns and couldn't make the catch. Trying to Willie Mays it as he ran along the right field line, but just dropped the baseball.
I give him a lot of credit for even getting a glove on that, honestly, even though it was right down the line and almost a fair ball. The way that the wind was playing with that, he was doing his best to calculate. Man, that was not an easy play.
Yeah, he's playing way off the line at first base. The Rays are going pull side on Story big time. Second baseman Aranda is almost behind second. Seymour, the first baseman's got to be 25 feet off the first base bag. 1-2 to Trevor Story. And the pitch is sliced foul down the right field line. Another 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Joe Boyle.
I mean, Coop, you almost never see home runs to center field here. But today, the wind, it couldn't be blowing more straight out than it is right now. And I mean, it is a stiff wind. I suspect Trace Thompson is going to find that win today. He's been doing a good job of it.
Great, did it yesterday. 1-2, swinging a high fly ball, short right field. Peters on, right fielder in. And he makes the catch. He took a second. You could see the ball went up in the air, and Peters didn't move for a second to kind of diagnose what was going on. Then he sprinted in and makes the catch to retire Story to begin the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Did we ever get a measurement on that Trace Thompson home run
We
yesterday?
never did. I went back this morning. I was having a cup of coffee. I was like, I wonder if they got the tape measure out to go 500 feet. We never found out. Pitch, check, swing. David Hamilton did not go.
So as far as we're concerned, we were there for Trace Thompson's 800-foot home run.
Exactly. That's like, I mean, in the style of the 1923 built park, there are all the stories about Babe Ruth. He hit a 1,000-foot home run. 1-0 is a strike, 1-1. Like, I was there. I saw it. He called his shot. So for the rest of our lives, you and I can say, Trace Thompson hit a 550-foot home run.
The longest home run any human being has ever hit. We were there for.
1-1 is low 2-1, longer than Hank Aaron and Josh Gibson and Babe Ruth. No one has ever done it like Trace Thompson did yesterday.
I'm not clear from yesterday's broadcast. Did you like that park?
2-1. Hamilton fouls it right on back. Red Sox and Rays, no score. We're in the bottom of the second inning from Jet Blue Park.
Can I say this subjectively, that this is the best spring training park?
Yeah.
It is. It's one of the newer ones.
2-2. David swings, grounds it right side at the second baseman, Aranda. Easy scoop, and he slings it to first on a sidearm for the second out of the second.
I think the only newer park in Florida might be Atlanta, Northport.
Which is beautiful, too.
It's not that beautiful.
I love it.
It's okay.
I feel like our bars have to be different.
I'm not like you. I sit behind home plate for 20 minutes taking in 1930 ballparks. It's endearing.
Connor Wong swings and misses. This place is really cool. Obviously, the exact same dimensions at Fenway. Green Monster in left. Few feet taller than the Monster in Boston because of the hurricane regulations here. Wong swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
I tell you what, the guy up right now, Connor Wong, hit the longest home run I've seen here, which is, I know it's surprising, but you look at out 420 center field, hit it over there.
Down to the count, nobody on, 2 down. The 0-2 from Boyle is chopped foul.
You just don't see a ton of home runs outside hitting to left field. And even left field, because the wall's 7 feet higher, some of those are getting knocked down because of the height of the wall.
Joe Boyle sets, right versus right. The 0-2 is inside. 94-mile-an-hour sinker from Boyle. 1-2. Capacity of this ballpark's just over 10,000, nearly 11, 10,823. Second biggest in the Grapefruit League. 1-2. Is just outside. Close take by Connor. Goes 2-2. Now we're got a healthy chunk of that capacity today on a Wednesday afternoon. Nobody on, 2 down. And a 2-2 to Wong, who takes upstairs on a cutter. Boyle again walked off the mound expecting the inning to be over. Andy Fletcher called it ball 3.
Yeah, that would have been that was an ABS all the way from the Tampa Bay view of things.
3-2. Wong swings, hits it high down the right field line and foul. You talk about the offensive jump for Connor Wong last year. The real reason why it got better is because of spots like this. He goes down 0-2. 2 years ago, he struck out a third of the time. Last year, cut that K rate down to a career low, 23%. Swing and miss down big. He's battled back into a 3-2 count. Another payoff pitch coming from Joe Boyle to Wong. And he takes low for ball 4. It's another part of it. Walk rate was up slightly last year. And he's on with 2 down in the bottom of the second inning.
Well, we look at a lot of these guys, including the guy coming up, Abraham Toro, and there hasn't been a lot of guys who haven't impressed, which is weird to say, but sort of going through the checklist.
Abraham Toro swings and hammers it high and foul down the left field line.
And we've seen a lot of these guys run out here, the Abraham Toros, the Trace Thompsons. And they've really impressed, like the catchers, everybody, in one way or the other.
2 down. Toro from the left side takes upstairs, but the bat near the zone pulled it back.
And I think that really the one that has struggled in Christian Campbell is sort of an intriguing storyline, because now we're starting to see little bits of improvement, which you would expect from a guy who is just probably putting too much pressure on himself.
1-1, line down the left field line, foul. Yeah, it's really the only guys who don't have good numbers so far, and the numbers don't really matter on March 5th, but, you know, also like average exit velocities and what we've seen. The only guys who really haven't had that are the guys at second base. Vaughn Grissom has struggled. He was 1 for 16 coming into yesterday. Campbell had struck out a ton. David Hamilton's hit the ball pretty well and gotten on base. 1-2 is swung on, grounded slowly right side. A runner ranges left. He boots it. He picks it up. He throws to first, not in time. Toro safe on the air by Aranda. And the Red Sox put 2 men on with 2 down in the second for Trace Thompson.
Well, we talked about that with the Red Sox yesterday. You just can't go give those outs up, because now you have Trace Thompson up, the master of getting the ball in the air in the Grapefruit League and hitting home runs. With 2 guys on, that would have been the inning ender, but nope. Give him another chance.
And now the dangerous Trace Thompson, who takes cutter on the inside corner for strike 1. Just came back and grabbed the inner edge.
Now, if he's true to form, he has been finding the wind tunnels, right?
Yeah, he's getting a fly ball center field
But
here.
the problem is, like, this isn't where you... Center field is the hardest place to hit the home run right now.
The 0-1. Slider outside, 1-1. Not for him.
Still, this park, you just don't see a lot. Even with a win, you just don't see a lot. I trust, though, Trace Thompson's instincts when it comes to hitting the ball in the air.
He's got Wong off second, Toro off first, 2 down. 1-1. Swing and a miss way out in front of a 91-mile-an-hour cutter from Boyle.
You know, I was talking to Eddie Romero, assistant GM, who's on his way up. He's going to be in the booth with us in a second. We talked about Trace Thompson, about how smooth he looks in the outfield. And he's like, yeah, you know, he kind of runs like his brother does in basketball. It's true, though.
1-2. Thompson swings, corks it down the left field line towards the wall and off the monster. Wong from second scores. Toro goes first to third. Trace Thompson stays hot. An RBI double, and the Red Sox lead 1-0 in the second.
Yeah, you open the door, Tampa Bay Rays, you're going to basically let Trace Thompson walk right through it. I mean, he's on fire right now. And the most important thing is that we see his strengths, right? Hitting the ball hard, hitting the ball in the air, hitting the ball with power, playing a good outfield, but he's making contact. And making contact against Joe Boyle, I would imagine easier said than done.
Well, he had swung through that pitch earlier in the at-bat, the kind of cutter slider that stayed up in the zone. That time he stayed back just enough and rocked it down the left field line off of the screened part of the monster here at JetBlue Park. And the Red Sox have 2 in scoring position with 2 down for the password. Justin Sin Garcia swings and misses on the first pitch. Cutter running away from him. Right-hand hitter Garcia struggled early in the spring, 1 for his first 16 with 7 strikeouts, but seen the power. 0-1, he cuts and misses. 0-2 from Boyle.
That's a 90-mile-an-hour cutter right there. That's a tough one where he can come back with that 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Man on second and third with 2 outs. Garcia calls time. Garcia's got the hair pouring out of the back of his helmet. So long that it's touching the Garcia on the back of his jersey above the number. The 0-2 to him is swung on, chopped third base side, foul. Red Sox leading 1-0. Got a big win yesterday over the Pirates on the road. Thompson homered in that game. Abraham Toro drove in 3 with a triple.
You always want to see how a team responds after a tie.
No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Garcia swings and misses down the inning. RBI double by Trace Thompson. And the Red Sox will take a 1-0 lead into the 3rd inning. Eddie Romero joins us on the other side on the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When you decide to sell your home, don't settle for a good agent. Go for a great one. Go for a Weichert agent. A Weichert agent looks at you as a partner, not a transaction, and will work day and night to get you the results you're looking for. And your Weichert agent is backed by the Weichert brand. With over 50 years of experience, Weichert agents have guided thousands of buyers and sellers through every facet of home ownership. Don't settle for good. Go for great. Work with a Weichert agent. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
Visit the 99 restaurant Monday through Wednesday for their newest big deal meal. Your favorite chicken and sausage al forno is back at the Nines for just $14.99 every Monday through Wednesday. You gotta love the Nines.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable combination of the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life. Town Fair is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. So when you're in the market for a new set of Bridgestone tires, get a Town Fair tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Jones and Keith.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
First pitch from Garrett Crochet is a called strike in the top of the third inning. Red Sox leading the Rays 1-0. Alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Eddie Romero's in the house, Executive Vice President, Assistant General Manager for the Boston Red Sox. Crochet misses inside. How are you, Eddie?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on my annual visit to the booth.
Annual? I mean, come on. You don't think you're going to get off that easy. Let's go. It's long spring training.
Crochet from the wine, left-hander against Trace Barrera, and it swung on, hit high foul off to the right. Are you having as much fun watching Garrett Crochet pitch as the rest of us?
I mean, you know, it's funny. I was in Bradenton yesterday talking to Steve Sanders, who works for the Pirates, and he's like, I'm watching Paul Skeens, and I'm a fan again. And I get a lot of the same feeling when you watch Garrett Crochet. It's amazing what he can do, how he goes about his preparation, his routine is incredible.
1-2, swing and a miss. Got a chase on a back foot slider to tie up Barrera, one down.
I asked Alex Cora this before the game about that pitcher that when you're coming up, whether you're a kid, whether you're a young man, whatever it is, that you want to go out of your way to watch pitch. Like, I'm going to go watch Skeens after the game tomorrow. There's not a lot of guys who to do that for. Crochet's sort of that guy. Who was the guy for you?
I mean, growing up with Roger Clemens.
Oh, really?
That was appointment
And
TV.
your dad just have to be on the field as well. So
yeah, but I think, you know, the obvious one for that, and, you know, as I got older, was Pedro. You know, that was Pedro, Randy Johnson.
One.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
First pitch was outside of Richie Palacios. He takes strike one.
Nobody's saying that about, like, Charlie Huff.
No, but there was that element too with Wake and some of the knuckleballs. Like, oh, that's good. I'll take that one.
Right.
I'll take it. But Crochet is that kind of guy.
1-1. He gets a pop foul off to the left.
Can you take us through, take the listeners through, when the Crochet deal happened, from your perspective, looking back at how that sort of shook out?
Yeah, it was a fairly long process. Obviously, the conversations had been
swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Crochet. It's just background noise. Another strikeout for him.
Had been, we can probably call that, right? Had been ongoing for a while, even, from before the trade deadline, through the trade deadline, didn't happen. And then the offseason, after we got into the winter meetings, the conversations kind of sparked up. And finally, we got to a meeting point there, some face-to-face discussions. And that's kind of when it accelerated and became a reality. And we felt comfortable with the package that Chicago was seeking.
Eloy Jimenez fouls it down the right field line.
This might be a silly question, but you mentioned face-to-face discussions. A lot of people say, you don't need the winter meetings anymore. But did that help?
Yeah, I think it helped. I mean, it wasn't anything overly formal, at the same time, but just running into each other. Hey, can we catch up for 5 minutes over coffee, something like that? And I think those kind of help spur the negotiation.
0-1 outside, 1-1. I mean, like, can you put into perspective for people, like, how many conversations you're having to get a deal like this done?
I mean, innumerable. probably well over 500 conversations. Wow. I mean, between different people in our department and their people, and obviously going through Brez and Chris Getz.
0-2 swing and a miss. Another Garrett Crochet swing and miss. It was 0-2 on the board, so I guess the count is now 1-2, something like that. Now it's 0-3 on the board. But one guy in baseball could do it, be him, anyway.
But even in addition to that, it's the calls that, Brez has to make to ownership and everything else. So it's a lot.
Pitch down and away.
Oh, pat the head. ABS, let's go.
I love that.
Oh, I do too.
It's great.
It's awesome.
It's great.
The drama.
The little split second when the umpire calls it, and to see it on the video.
It's the best.
It is.
And you know what? The umpire should like it because it shows you how good they are.
Right.
2-2 bounced in, 3-2.
And I think we'll see the umpires kind of showing some personality also. I was right on that one or something like that.
We were just talking about that.
They should.
The Frank Drebin, do a split. Let's go. I mean, but it is, we've got to, obviously, Coop has not seen it in Worcester, but we've seen it here. I've loved it.
Yeah, I think, hopefully it happens, but it has been great in spring training so far, and I know the players enjoy it.
3-2 is on the outside corner. Another punch out for Garrett Crochet. He strikes out the side in the third inning. You mind sticking around for another half?
Yeah, absolutely.
Red Sox leading 1-0. Eddie Romero with us on the other side of the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI, Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarland of McFarland Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarland Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlandEnergy.com.
Oh boy, your front door looks like this, when it could look like this. We're Right Window and Door. A new front door is an amazing thing. The right one improves the entire look of your house. And at Right Window and Door, we make sure you get the right one. We come over with this fancy schmancy software, sit down at your dining room table, and match a ton of door styles to a pic of your house. You swipe right through them. No. Ooh, I like that. That wood is good. Add glass, remove the brass, customize it right on the spot, done. It's like a dating app for doors. Only better than a dating app because when you finally meet the door, it actually looks like the picture. Right now, save $250 on door installation with free financing for 18 months. So make an appointment with Right Window, because your house will be closer to perfect when you match it with a perfect front door.
Call Right Window right now.
Call 800-649-3600. Quality products professionally installed for the right price. Right Window and Door.
Hey, it's Greg, and we are thrilled to have wrapped up yet another year of partnership with Chick-fil-A through the Community Heroes program. Over $22,000 was donated to various organizations, and if you'd like to nominate somebody in your community, just go to thegreghillfoundation.org/heroes.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Red Sox lead 1-0 over the Rays. First pitch at the bottom of the third is a strike to Jarren Duran. Eddie Romero, Executive Vice President, Assistant General Manager with us in the booth.
So we were grilling Eddie about the first big acquisition of the offseason.
0-1 outside, 1-1.
No disrespect to the other acquisitions, but the other, if we're going to power rank the acquisitions, there's 1A, 1B. I don't know which one you put first, but Bregman obviously being the other one. That one must have been very unique for you.
Referring to Bregman?
Yeah, Bregman.
Fly ball off the bat of Duran, shallow center. Long run in. Palacios jump to his left, makes the catch, one down.
Because, Eddie, I would imagine that this is the ultimate, you're trying to read the tea leaves on a lot of different stuff. Right, you're trying, because Scott Borson can come out and just say, this is what this team is offering, this is the teams involved, whatever it is. You're trying to read the tea leaves, you're trying to play it right, you want the player, all of that. So just take me through that.
Yeah, you can only read the tea leaves so much. At one point you kind of just focus on you, what your market is, how comfortable you are, and what we never doubted was the fit, right? Like we knew that we needed a right-handed bat, somebody that we thought would fit well at our ballpark, and obviously bring some intangibles and leadership. And since Bregman has got here, thank God we got that deal done. It was obviously very a painstaking process in terms of the length of time that it took, but finally got him into camp, right at the beginning here, and he's been unbelievable. He's been amazing with the leadership of the young guys. Like everything that you heard, everything that Alex told me in the offseason about him being the perfect fit has come to fruition so far. And I know that, we're in the third, fourth week of spring training, but he's definitely made his stamp on the club already, and it's been really impressive to see how he works with everybody. This morning he was talking about a conversation he and Sogard were having yesterday. He's speaking in Spanish to the Latin players. He spends more time in the coaches' room than the coaches do. Like he's been a great leader, and we expect that throughout the season.
Joe Boyle's day is done for the Rays, so he's off. They're changing pitchers. We'll keep it right here with Eddie Romero. How did you guys, and you don't have to get too in the weeds in it, but how did you guys value length of contract, lower AAV, versus what ultimately ended up happening, obviously this short term with the high AAV? What was kind of the process in the room to get there?
I think it's all about matching, the best outcomes and all the dynamic, elements that go into that for the club to match that with the players' desires, right? And I think even though it took a while, we were able to get to a point in terms of years and finances, obviously, where Alex and his representation felt comfortable. And at the end of the day, I just really think he wanted to come here.
Hey, look at that. Alex Bregman's batting right now. Nobody on, one out. New pitcher for the Rays, Joey Crable, right-hander. We're in the third inning. Red Sox leading 1-0. Eddie Romero's with us on the broadcast. It's been just so fun to watch Bregman hit. He takes this outside 2-0. And you kind of look in the numbers for this team offensively last year. Maybe a little bit too much swing and miss, maybe not enough walks. Obviously, the left-handed, full lineup was part of the conversation in the offseason. 2-0, swing and a miss. And it feels like he checks every single one of those boxes in this lineup in 2025.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, you mentioned kind of both of those things, the fact that he can take a walk, the fact that he's a tough strikeout, puts the ball in play. I also think Yoshida being healthy, he fits that mold as well.
2-1 swing and a ground ball foul.
And just stretching the lineup out, hopefully Durant has a year like he did last year. He had an unbelievable season. I still think he was underrated for the performance that he had last year. And obviously getting Devers healthy and getting Yoshida back, those are all key to kind of extending our lineup.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Alex Bregman. The pitch from Crable with 1 out, nobody on is hit on the ground, third base side, foul.
You mentioned Rafi, and you've known Rafi probably more than anybody in this organization for a long, long time. I remember when he first called up, you informed me that his nickname was Smiley, which I always appreciate. But you also know his personality. So when he has his press conference, this is his personality, right? So just talk a little bit about that personality, about handling whatever is going on now.
No, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we love about Rafi is just how competitive he is and how self-confident he is.
2-2. Bregman again fights it off, foul.
And that's not something that we want to take away, and so we love that. We know, in talks with Rafi, he's the face of the franchise right now. He's a key component. He's one of the, he's a key cog to our team in many ways, and we're happy that he's going to be in the middle of this lineup.
Bregman took a pitch outside. Another example. He went down 0-2. Now it's 3-2. Red Sox leading the Rays 1-0. Eddie Romero's in the booth. Right-hand hitting Bregman gets a payoff pitch from Crable. And he swings and pops it up behind the plate. Trace Barrera chasing and out of play again.
I remember doing a story asking you about the importance of international signings. And the reason I remember doing the story was because Juan Soto was being called up to the Washington Nationals. And so when you guys were involved in the Juan Soto stuff, it must have been very unique from you because you saw this kid like early.
Yeah, well, it was a little weird that year because the year prior, given the rules when we had overspent our allotment.
3-2, Bregman walks.
Great at bat. We had overspent our allotment the year prior, so we were limited to max signings the following year of $300,000. And little did we know that was the year that it was going to be Vlad Jr., Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Oh, nice, awesome.
So, I think had we done our strategy a little bit differently, things may have.
Can you remind me not to open wounds? But who was it? What was the year before?
I think that was that. I can't remember. It might have been Moncada.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, I mean, no one was going to begrudge you for that. Everybody wanted Moncada.
So that's why we made that decision, but it was a tough one. I can't remember if that was exactly it, but because we had gone over one other year when we decided to sign some pitching.
I think it's the most fascinating thing in scouting, of identifying these kids. I was showing at dinner last night I was out with a friend, my wife, and Ian Brown.
Masataka Yoshida takes pitch outside. Counts 1-1.
That's the end of the story. No, no. But I said Ellie De La Cruz came up because he was with Tito Francona. I said I have a picture of Ellie De La Cruz as a 16-year-old, 130 pounds, that the scout had sent me. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's
1-1 outside, 2-1 to Massa.
They're so far from the finished product. I mean, there's a picture like that of Ceddanne Rafaela when he's at the Little League World Series. And he's, half the size of the first baseman. And now you see him, and he's become this.
He told me he had hit one home run in his life before he signed a professional contract.
2-1, ground ball right side and through. Off the bat of Masataka Yoshida. Back-to-back base runners for the Red Sox here in this third inning.
Yeah, he was one that I think if I'm not mistaken, he came down to us and the Rays.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his mom was like the Red Sox, and he kind of swung that way, and so that's why we got him.
All right. Well, but in all seriousness, the relationship building is a huge, huge part of this. I remember you talking about Moncada, how important you and the other scouts were in developing that relationship, and it's just such an enormous part of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are other factors that play into it heavily, and some, more than others, depending on the player's situation, the family situation, but it's still one area where really getting to know the family well it helps and helps them with the comfort knowing that their child is in good hands.
Trevor Story lines one left field towards the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. Does Christopher Morel 2 steps back and pulled it in. Another good loud piece of contact from Story, but 2 down to the inning.
I want to talk a little bit about switching gears to the second base competition. That's one of the more interesting ones, I think, of camp. Vaughn Grissom has looked, I know that his numbers this spring haven't been great, but everything else, he's looked really, really good, different player. The guy up right now, David Hamilton, really good player. How do you see the second base competition?
No, I think you said it. It's been a healthy competition so far. Vaughn got himself a lot stronger last year. I think his timing is still a hair off. Like he missed just missed a couple pitches yesterday in Bradenton. Hammy's been really good. Kind of picked up right where he left off last year before the injury.
1-0 is low. He's in a 2-0 count against the right-hander Crable.
And even throwing, Christian Campbell in there, who again, it's his first spring. Obviously, you feel the pressure of not performing a little bit early, and all you want to do is impress. But he'll absolutely be fine. So keep throwing the guys out there and see who can stand out.
Hamilton takes outside 3-0.
And Coop's dog, Sogard, too.
Yeah. Sogi's had a heck of a spring.
Yeah, he has. I mean, you've had a couple guys like that. Hickey at first, Sogard in multiple positions. I was just talking to him. There hasn't been a lot of guys underperforming this camp.
David Hamilton swings 3-0, chops it right side of the second baseman Aranda. He throws to first and ends the inning. Eddie Romero, thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, I just punctuated your spring by saying you're doing a great job. So thanks, man.
Can't be an annual visit. He's going to be back. 1-0 Red Sox as we go to the fourth on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Value pack all natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast and thighs. Just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaws and Star Market. Perfecting the art of fresh.
Hey, Red Sox Nation, imagine replacing your roof once and never worrying about it again. With Interlock Metal Roofing, you get the last roof you'll ever need. Durable, beautiful, and backed by a lifetime warranty. For over 25 years, homeowners across New England have trusted Interlock to protect their homes. Make the switch today. Visit NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com or call 866-733-5811 for a free quote. One roof, one call for life. NewEnglandMetalRoofing.com. Never re-roof again.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Andy Hart here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson.
Weekdays 2 to 6.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Back at JetBlue, let's take 10 seconds and pause for station identification. The Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
The Eagles play here. Catch PC football, basketball, baseball, and hockey on WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
First pitch of the top of the fourth inning is a line drive foul down the left field line from Jonathan Aranda. We're in the fourth. Red Sox lead 1-0 over the Rays. JetBlue Park in Fort Myers alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Big thanks to Eddie Romero for hopping on. The guests are going to keep on rolling throughout the day. Bradford's lined up. It's like an Oscars level situation. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
You got a taste of how the sausage is made. Oh, speaking of the devil, let's go.
Oh, man.
Let's go.
Tallest man on earth just walked in. Lucas Giolito's here.
What are you talking about?
He's the tallest man on earth.
Really?
That's at least in the 5 feet around my earth right now.
Okay, all right.
What's up, Lucas?
All right. See, isn't this great? Isn't this fantastic?
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman deals pitch outside 1-2.
Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my goodness, Lucas Giolito, one of our favorites, and also his maiden voyage to becoming a broadcaster. Congratulations.
I don't know about that.
Oh, first time you broadcasted, right?
1-2 outside from Aroldis. 100.
What's the guttural reaction right now as you sit in this seat? This document your feelings.
Pretty neutral feelings.
Oh.
I'm excited to kind of get a different view of Aroldis here, up from the press box.
2-2 is poured in for a called strike 3. That was a view of 98 miles an hour. You have any hard-hitting analysis there?
Not really. I mean, he throws really fast. That's all I really got for you. He's a freak of nature. You should see how he works out in the gym. Gets here really early in the morning. Pulls up in his monster zombie survival truck. And then just comes out here, throws bullets.
Faces Christopher Morel. Nobody out, one out, fourth inning. 1-0 Red Sox. He doesn't pitch down the middle.
He doesn't have like a bench off or anything, or no?
No, I'm not even going to get into that with him.
No,
absolutely not.
Okay,
maybe Duran can.
Well, listen, we appreciate you coming up here. We were just watching Garrett Crochet pitch. Spoiler alert, he's pretty good.
Nasty.
0-1 ground ball left side. It's Story. Easy pickup. Sets his feet. Throws to first, 2 down.
So before we get into Severance, I do want to ask you about Crochet. Like you obviously played with him, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So when you see him here, what is the thing that jumps out? Maybe he's done something or improved on something, or maybe he's the exact same guy. I don't know. What is your takeaway from seeing him here?
Yeah, so the first time I saw him was back in 2020 COVID season, and he was a pup. He was 21 years old, fresh out of college. He didn't even play like regular minor league baseball. He was at the alt site for like a month or two, and then we called him up. And right off the bat, it was just electric stuff. Throwing 100, 101, 102, big nasty slider off of that. Just coming out of the pen, and dealt with a bunch of injuries over the next couple of years.
1 inside, 1-1 Williams.
But one thing he always like kind of quietly maintained was, hey, I want to be a starting pitcher. He'd come up and talk to starting pitchers and, learn a few things here and there. And he's like, I want to make that jump and be a starter. That's my true goal in my baseball career.
1-1 swing and a miss.
Sorry, I think that there was a lot of kind of doubt from within the organization. He doesn't throw enough strikes. Is a little erratic. That's hard to, have as a starter. You want a starter that can pour a bunch of pitches in the zone and go deep. And I think he kind of wore it as a chip on his shoulder and put in a ton of work. You got Aroldis coming in here with the 1-2.
And he gets a ground ball right to the shortstop. Story. Good pick. Good throw. Great timing from Lucas Giolito, too.
He does it better than you do.
Oh, my. I'm going to take the headset off. He'll have you.
Well, the true test is the next half inning when he did a home run call. It's going to be awesome.
1-0 Red Sox go to the bottom of the fourth on the Shawson Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A message from the Health Connector for Business.
We knew we wanted to offer employee health insurance when we opened Riverwalk Brewing. So we turned to the Health Connector. In about half an hour, we found coverage tailored for our needs. Now, I spend maybe 10 minutes a month in the portal managing our plan. And the staff knows they can see a doctor if they need to. Keeping good employees happy for the long haul, that's what it's all about.
Go to mahealthconnector.org/business.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year and save over $1,000 in your first year versus other major carriers. Plus, ask how to get iPhone 16e on us. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment tax and fees extra. After promo, regular rate supply. Actual speeds vary. Savings compared to Verizon 5G Internet plus one unlimited welcome line and AT&T Internet 300 plus one unlimited starter SL line. Xfinity Internet required. Actual savings vary.
Greg Hill here. What's better than 2 for 1? 3 for 1. Right now, Boston Standard is offering a plumbing inspection plus an AC and heating system tune-up for just $219. That's 3 services for the price of 1. Call today and save tomorrow with Boston Standard.
Hey, it's Lucas Giolito. This is the home of the Sox, WEEI.
Oh, Lucas Giolito brings us back. Lucas Giolito's here. Well done on that. We're in the 4th inning. Red Sox leading 1-0 over the Rays. Alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, Lucas Giolito with us in the booth. Connor Wong leads off. Right-hand hitting catcher against Mike Vassell. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Big sweeper right there.
Yeah, Rule 5 guy, BC High. Virginia, former Mets prospect. Also a member of the Baseballs and Boring family like yourself.
Nice.
The 1-1, outside 2-1. Do you have a Baseballs and Boring sticker in your pocket right now? If you don't, Rob's going to give you one.
Yeah, I have all the
knickknacks.
all the knickknacks. The Joe Kelly book is in the locker. We got T-shirts.
2-1 swing and a miss.
I will say this, is that Lucas did me a solid last year and put the damn near perfect game co-authored by Joe Kelly and myself in his locker.
Yep.
Prime position. I mean, it didn't really matter if he read it or not. It was still like you know when you go to a bookstore and you see the books facing out and then you see the books this was the book facing out.
Yep.
And it was weird also you had the QR code right there too, just in case anyone wants to buy it.
Yeah. Signed copy and everything.
3-2 fouled off to the right. How's your spring going?
It's going very well. I got my final live BP tomorrow. Just been trying to stack up more game speed reps, get back in the swing of things. You know, it's been about a year now since the surgery.
Yeah, what was the day, the anniversary where you? It was right around now,
almost,
right?
Yeah. March 13th is when I got the surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, so one more live BP tomorrow. And then 5 days after that, looking at my first start here.
Big time.
Grapefruit League.
I mean, I was driving in Dunedin to see you pitch. Thanks a lot.
Abraham Toro takes outside.
Kind of changes his arm slot on that curveball.
Huh.
Yeah, see, that's what I see. He's good at this, man.
1-0. He deals outside. That was his changeup.
Mm-hmm. So you watch. So let's play this game of your perspective versus our Jamoke perspective, right? Mike Vassell is a Rule 5 guy. Who's a Mets prospect, had a bad year last year, but the Rays see something in him to pick it a Rule 5.
Yep.
2-0 swing, blooped out towards the left side and caught in the air by the third baseman Montez, ranging left.
So you've probably never seen Mike pitch ever, but watching him pitch right now, what do you see?
it's kind of hard from this perspective. It'd be easier if I was like sitting down there right behind home plate. I always say, like, when you're high up, kind of looking down, or if you're in the dugout, it's like the worst perspective to watch pitching. But yeah, I'm seeing how he's pouring he's got, so that's more like the gyro. He looks like he's the gyro, slider, sweeper, curveball, cutter. He's got a bunch of different pitches. I wonder if he's a starter.
Yeah, he is a starter.
Yeah, because he's thrown out of the windup.
One gets a pop-up into center field.
Wind.
Oh, wind's brutal.
Yeah, Palacios having to go in and out and make sketch in left center.
Can you hang a little longer?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
All right, Lucas Giolito still with us as we go to the fifth. Red Sox up 1-0 in the Shaw's Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now, get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/31/25.
Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. Find out how fast and inexpensive it is to keep your basement dry for good. Don't let rain cause damage to your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
Looking for new, highly durable, and low-maintenance windows? Look no further. Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington to see the Sierra Pacific H3 windows. With the Sierra Pacific H3 windows, you can choose from 50 exterior colors and 8 interior wood species. And each window is protected by low-maintenance, highly durable exterior cladding that will stand up to the harsh New England weather for years to come. CCL and Sierra Pacific Windows. Nobody's ever built a window like this before. Go to cclco.com to learn more. cclco.com.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Fifth inning, Red Sox lead the Rays 1-0. Alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Portman, Lucas Giolito still with us here at JetBlue Park. Liam Hendricks coming in. We're going to make you break down Liam now.
Yeah, I've known Liam for a long time. We played together with the White Sox, and then we both signed with the Red Sox same offseason.
Right-hander Liam Hendricks facing left-hand hitting Bob Seymour. And first pitch swing taken to right on a line for a base hit. What do you think about where Liam's at? I mean, not that you're in his head, but just watching him day to day, you know, the guy that we've seen so far versus the guy, you know, a couple of years ago when he was healthy.
Yeah, I think Liam looks really good. You know, last year he was pushing to come back as fast as possible, and he had full Tommy John surgery, whereas I had the internal brace. Full Tommy is much lengthier recovery, and I know he was pushing it, but I think right decision overall not to try and pitch in games last year.
Coco Montes hits a base hit to left, one hop in front of Duran. Back-to-back hits for the Rays to begin the inning.
Yeah, they're just ambushing him here early. But, yeah, overall, I think he looks really good right now. It's been a road, like the recovery road is different for everybody, but he's looking really good. The carry on his fastball is right there. I know that kind of what we were talking about in the break, that rhythm, tempo, and delivery that I've been trying to work on. He's been trying to find that as well. And I like where he's at right now. He's starting to throw a lot of strikes, only slider for a strike. When he's at his best, obviously, it's like that 97 plus with crazy extension and ride. And the one thing I'll say is that when we signed him with the White Sox, I don't remember the exact year it was, but we signed him coming right off of his like reliever of the year, like when he was elite, best relief pitcher in baseball. And his first spring training, his velocity was like right around where it is now. He kind of builds up over the course of spring training, where he'll be like 93, 94, 95. and then closer to the season, he'll start putting a little bit more on it. But he is a guy I would describe as an adrenaline pitcher. When the lights are on and it's a pressure-filled moment, that's where he gets his highest level of energy and power behind pitching. And so I fully expect to see him, right in that upper 90s echelon as we get back into the season here.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 men on, nobody out. Pitch from Liam Hendricks to Tristan Peters is swung on, hit in the air, center field sinking down. Thompson makes the catch, running into the gap, and gets it in fast. I mean, that's a real thing, right? The adrenaline. And he seems to me, I'm not in his head, neither are you, but as a guy who kind of blacks out on the mound sometimes. For sure. Probably. What are you like in your head on the mound?
It varies. It's a little bit different as a starter because sometimes you go out there and you're like, man, I don't have it today. And you have to find a way. Whereas relievers, you go out and you're throwing every pitch as hard as you can and trying to spin everything as much as you possibly can because you're going out there for 1 inning and letting it rip. For me, when I get into that zone, it's usually kind of like a build-up. My best starts, I want velocity to build as the start goes on, and you kind of develop feel as the start goes on, especially if it's one of those days where you come out and you're like, it doesn't really feel great today.
Ground ball left side, through the hole, a base hit past Story, picked up by Duran, and they hold Seymour at third base. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah, whereas a guy like Liam, he's been in the closer role for many years. You got to come out and close the door, so it doesn't matter how you feel. Everyone has their different methods and tricks, and for him, it's all about getting crazy levels of intensity right when he steps between the lines.
Can I tell you one day that you did have it? When you threw a no-hitter. Science would suggest that usually that's... And Cooper was talking about this today, that he was following your no-hitter from his dorm room in college.
It's true. It's true. We were saying we got. I remember getting a push notification.
Yeah.
Pitch level 101. My story, by the way, about the no-hitter is going to be way less interesting than your story. But I got a push notification. It was like, Lucas Giolito's throwing a no-no. We sat down. We watched the end.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It was very scary at the end. I went 0-2. I went 0-2 on the guy throwing sliders, and it was one of those moments, kind of like a Liam moment, where I was like, I want to get this last out blowing a heater by him. And I threw my fastest heater of the day, but it was a little bit too in zone, and he put a good swing on it, crushed a line drive to right field. But luckily, we had Gold Glove outfielder Adam Engel playing right that day, and he was able to track it.
Swing and a miss. Palacios, strikes out. That's a big-time curveball from Hendricks, 2 outs.
Yeah, it's another thing I like seeing Liam working on this spring. He's throwing a bunch of different pitches. You just got to strike out on a curveball. I think in the 2 or 3 years that we played together, he never had a strikeout on a curveball. It was all fastballs and sliders. But spring training is the time to tinker with things and work on things. I really like where his curveball's been. Very sharp, late breaking.
Pitch is swung on, floated out behind second. Story jumps and makes the catch. I guess it wasn't a strikeout at the end. They played the strikeout sound and everything, but it's still an out. Now they're 2-way with the bases loaded.
Oh, yeah.
No,
okay,
it wasn't
never
you.
mind.
It was them. It was me.
No, but point well taken.
They've been doing that, the woo-hoo thing.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd time that's happened today. The 2 strikes.
It's spring training for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And by the way, that was against the Pittsburgh Pirates, in case anyone was wondering, in 2020. So just to give you an idea when Cooper Boardman was in college. So congratulations on that. That was good stuff.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Eloy Jimenez takes inside.
Oh, there's 96.
Yeah, so it went from 93, the first pitch he had, 93 to 96.
Well, he's facing Eloy, another former teammate of ours.
There you go.
He's maybe wanting to run it up a little bit.
We're guaranteed rate right now. 1-0's inside, 2-0. Liam Hendricks, 95.
Yeah, so, I feel like we have to squeeze in some severance talk somehow.
You guys got, like I said, I'm 2 episodes behind. You guys got to be very careful. Somebody on Twitter is about to tweet at me, too. I can feel it. 2-0 swing and a miss, 2-1.
Well, we got 2 episodes behind and tried to watch the show twice and gave up
that's
twice.
a joke from him.
Why?
I can't believe it.
It's like, in Severance, when they're looking at the screen trying to figure out the angry numbers, I never can find the angry numbers.
Ground ball off the bag. It pops over Bregman. He chases it down and left. And makes sure only 1 run scores. Now a man hung up between second and third to Hamilton, who makes the catch and applies the tag and ends the inning for Hendricks. Probably worst feeling in the world when the ball hits a base, right?
Oh, yeah, the worst.
Lucas Giolito with us as we go to the bottom half of the fifth. 1-1 game, the Shaw Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shaw's and Star Market. Value pack all natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast and thighs. Just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaw's and Star Market. Perfecting the art of fresh.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax. They know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Mass General Brigham Health Plan is integrated with one of the nation's leading health systems, offering health insurance with comprehensive benefits and a broad network of doctors and hospitals. With Mass General Brigham Health Plan, you'll find unique options for families, businesses, and retirees. You deserve coverage as advanced as your care. Call your broker or visit massgeneralbrighamhealthplan.org.
The Christian Arcan Show, weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Tied at 1 as we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Password, Justinson Garcia set to lead it off against Mike Vassell, Red Sox and Rays. Along with Rob Bradford,
pronounce his first name?
Justinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to play that game?
Oh no! Don't make him do it.
No. I know you are, but this is the fun game that I'm playing.
It's not that fun.
Spell it.
Oh no.
Okay.
J-H.
Hold on. All right, go ahead.
J-H-O-S. There's an X somewhere. S-T-X-H-S-O-N.
You got off to a good start.
Yeah.
1-1, he grounds it foul. This is Lucas Giolito spelling that in the booth, by the way.
Yep, still here. One more half.
Oh, by the way, I see Wally the Green Monster out here. Lucas, we were in Bradenton yesterday.
Oh, my God.
And I'm looking at this parrot, and he's just sitting in the stands doing nothing, like almost falling asleep. I've never seen a mascot just sit there, ever.
1-2's inside, 2-2.
Funny.
It is. I'll show you the picture of it.
Was it hot? Maybe it was
Yeah,
too
but
hot.
you go to the break room.
Well, then the Pirates parrot turned to Bradford and started blowing him kisses. It was an absurd day. 2-2's outside, 3-2.
So you got to drive up to Bradenton. You got to get moments like that. So anyway, of the players, you mentioned Hendricks, you mentioned a couple guys. Has there any arms that have jumped out and you say like, wow, like that guy looks good?
Garrett Whitlock.
Pitch on the outside corner. Garcia takes strike 3. Garrett Whitlock.
Yeah, he looks incredible.
Yeah, that's what I said, too.
Yeah, he looks really, really good.
He's a guy that I feel like every time I talk to a pitcher and I say, like, you ask a question like that, all of you say, he's just like.
So obvious.
He's just that.
Yeah, he's got crazy extension. His sinker's nasty, late breaking. His changeup is. He's like an analytics guy kind of dream project. Like, his stuff's just moving ridiculously, and he's throwing high velocity right now. He should be getting in a game here soon.
Yeah, Friday, he said.
Yeah. Me and him, kind of a similar program. Both had that internal brace surgery, kind of like a slow play. It's like, we need you during the season, and you're coming off of surgery. I'll get up.
Durant hit a line drive, and Seymour at first base jumped up, caught it, 2 down.
Man, I'm in here. The pace of the game is just exploded.
Yeah,
huh?
I know.
Damn. So What was I saying? Talking
Whitlock,
Garrett?
Whitlock, yeah. Just nasty.
Yeah, super nasty stuff. Where, it's funny because for me, a regular analytics pitching coach or, instructor might look at my changeup and be like, this is terrible, but I actually want to ride my changeup. I don't want it to horizontal break as much because I want it to just kind of play off my fastball like a parachute. Whereas Garrett's got that like negative a million, negative this, negative that, and it's really filthy.
It's also like when we talk about extension, like that you don't need baseball savant to tell you that he has great extension.
Yeah, you play catch with him for 5 minutes, you can tell because he's basically reaching out and dropping the ball in your mitt.
2 outs, nobody on. 2-1 count to Alex Bregman, batting from the right side against Mike Vassell. Pitch. He takes a cutter outside.
I know what that's like.
Well, that right there?
Yeah, just standing there like a statue and you just miss with a slider outside.
3 balls and 1 strike. Terrifying proposition. Vassell just shook twice to get to whatever this is. A 3-1 pitch. And it swung on and hammered on a sinker. Right center field and deep. Lawn chase to the triangle. It's off the wall. Bregman around first. It bounces around out there. Bregman hits second on his way to third. And he gets in standing up. You said, indeed. A triple for Alex Bregman.
Yeah, you don't want to fall behind. His knowledge of hitting approach and then also of pitcher's approach is very top tier. You fall behind him, you're kind of in a tough spot, and he'll do what he just did right there.
Lifted for
drove that ball to the deepest part of the park.
Well, also with Bregman, it's not only the knowledge of it, like there's not a lot of guys with more compact swings. And as a pitcher, you're probably like, man, it is just difficult getting something by him, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yoshida fouls it down the left field line. Towards the corner. Is it fair? Yeah, called fair. Into the corner. Lugo scores. Yoshida just placed it perfectly down the left field line for an RBI single. 2-1 Sox here in the 5th.
Yeah, hopefully we see a lot of that this year.
Yeah, well, scientifically he has perfect running form, and he also has perfect placement when in balls like that.
What's your, I don't know how much you faced him, what's been your impression of Yoshida this year? Because I feel like everybody I talk to feels like he could take a step.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I faced him in my live BP last week. He had some good at-bats. He was making contact on my changeup. I've been getting a lot of ground balls these last couple live BPs. It's pretty funny. I've always been like a strikeout fly ball pitcher, but if it transitions into more ground balls, I'll take it for sure. It's less homers.
Yoshida leads off first, 2 down. Red Sox up 2-1 after his RBI knock. Trevor Story bats now from the right side. He swings and takes it through the hole on a line, right side base hit. Yoshida to second, Story at first. Another base runner, 3 in a row. And they're 2 on with 2 down for David Hamilton.
I like the evolution of Lucas Giolito. As a pitcher and as a podcaster, excellent job. And as a broadcaster. But seriously, I think that you're going to have a great year this year off of what we've seen so far. And I know that how hard it was last year for you sitting around and not being able to pitch and then finally getting out there and also weathering the storm of people saying, oh, he's not going to be ready till June. That stunk.
That was funny. No, it didn't stink. It was just, it was funny. It's interesting how the internet works. I'll say that.
Hold on, let me write that down.
Interesting is a word for it.
But the good thing is that you knew that you were going to come to spring training and do what you're doing, and everything's gone pretty well. And as you said, I mean, the evolution of you. Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
2 men on, 2 out. 5th inning, Red Sox by 1. David Hamilton's the batter. Vassell delivers, and David takes low. I mean, how do you balance the idea of like, hey, I'm coming back from injury and I'm trying to get back with, hey, I'm also trying to be competitive and earn my spot on this team?
Yeah, it's honestly, once I got into actually like throwing consistent bullpens, especially after the first live bullpen where you get to face hitters for the first time and actually feel a little bit of that adrenaline again, all that like injury, I'm coming back from injury, like that goes away and you kind of shift right back into the competitive mindset.
Pop up by Hamilton, left side out of play.
Yeah, it's been a year since I pitched in a big league game, but it's not like you forgot how to do it. It's kind of like riding a bike. That's how my first live BP felt. I actually had a little bit of nerves, a little bit of anxiousness prior to, just because, dang, it's been a long time. I get to actually throw balls where a guy's trying to swing the bat and hit it. But then once I got on the mound, I threw a couple pitches. It just settled right back in. It's like, okay, feels good to be back here and doing this again.
Well, I think for Red Sox fans, obviously if they got a chance to see you pitch in a Red Sox uniform, it was just for a blip. But seeing you even a live EP, it was like, okay, that's what it looks like. That's what I remember. The big legs swinging out over, on getting everything behind the fastball. And I think that people are really going to enjoy watching you pitch because of that.
Yeah. I hope that I can make a lot of Red Sox fans happy this year, along with the rest of my rotation mates.
Red Sox have men on first and second, 2 outs. Lucas Giolito's in the booth. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2-1 lead. David Hamilton batting from the left side. Mike Vassell sets and comes home. Pitches again, tap foul.
Well, and also, you got a taste of the postseason baseball last year. You've got a taste of postseason baseball before. I remember even before you went out to see your buddy pitch, Jack Flaherty at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
We were talking about postseason baseball, and you said, it is the best. It is the best. I mean, I said it in different words, but yes, it is the best.
Yeah, I always think fondly of my first postseason start. It was, sit
2-2, blooper right field. It does sit down for a base hit. Yoshida around from second scores. David Hamilton knocks an RBI single. And the Red Sox lead 3-1 in the 5th inning. Giving you a rally, Lucas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've scored all of our runs with 2 outs today.
Your plus minus is off the charts. But we were saying about how, the postseason is just, there's nothing like the postseason. And as we said, you get a chance to sort of just reunite yourself with that a little bit by going to Dodger Stadium to see your buddy Flaherty pitch in the Freddie Freeman game. But all of it's awesome, right?
Yeah, that was a fun, quick trip, and got to watch basically one of the more historic World Series games for sure.
Connor Wong, first pitch swing, pop up, right side, foul ground, Seymour over. The coaching box goes back and makes the catch.
Well, speaking of history, this was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Lucas,
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Red Sox scored 2 with Lucas in the booth. They lead 3-1 as we go to the 6th of the Shaw's and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were at it, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
March could be an even luckier month for you if you find money at findmassmoney.gov. It's Greg Hill, and you could have unclaimed money from a forgotten savings account, uncashed payroll check, or a refund check that never got to you. It is estimated by the state treasurer here in Massachusetts that 1 out of every 10 of us has unclaimed property. My name was on the list, and yours could be too. Just go to findmassmoney.gov today. It'll take 30 seconds to look for your name, and if you file a claim, make sure you fill out the paperwork so you can become reunited with your lost funds.
Looking for a great value for lunch? Visit the 99 Restaurant for their new Daytime Deals menu, available Monday through Saturday until 5 p.m. Try the Vermont Cheddar Chicken Sandwich, flatbread combos, and 6 new hearty sandwiches. You gotta love the 9s.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Top 6, Red Sox lead 3-1 over the Rays, alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman, and the Red Sox go to the bullpen. Justin Wilson Deals down and away to left-hand hitting Jonathan Aranda. Big thanks to Eddie Romero. Big thanks to Lucas Giolito for hopping on. I think he enjoyed his time in the booth.
Yeah, they always do. By the end of the spring training, we're going to have the entire team up here and thinking they want to become broadcasters.
1-0 outside.
It is interesting, Coop, though, because I think that Lucas said it, and Adam Ottavino was sort of blown away by it, too, by how quick it goes. And I think it's because we're just talking, and they love talking about baseball, but it's not like you have an extended period of time to talk. As this is an example right here. I'm telling the story. There's already been a pitch.
It was a strike.
Yeah, but that was like 5 seconds ago. So, but I think I love it when they get a new perspective of it, which both Adam Ottavino and Lucas Giolito have been able to get thanks to you.
There was even another pitch. It was low, 3-1. I like it too when you hear the way that he is in the dugout, where David Hamilton hits the ball and he's saying, "Get down," and then it does. 3 balls, 1 strike. Justin Wilson, 5th pitch. And it's outside ball 4. He walks Jonathan Aranda to begin the 6th.
That's kind of why I was asking him to analyze a pitcher who you'd never seen before, Mike Vassell, because you can tell right away he was sort of commenting and observing and looking, and you sort of want to feed into that, right? You want to say, well, okay, what's going through this guy's mind as he's watching these players on this baseball field? Because we can do our best, but he's part of the team.
Man on for Christopher Morel. He swings and bloops it. Center field. Long run in. Garcia won't get there. It's a base hit. So walk to Aranda, a single to Morel, and 2 on for the Rays to begin against Wilson. Red Sox got 3 innings out of Garrett Crochet today. That was by far his best outing. 7 strikeouts over 3 innings. He got 9 outs. He faced 11 batters, and he struck out 7. Hit 99 on his 4-seam fastball. Cutter looked good. And through the most strikes he's thrown so far. Wilson misses inside a right-hand hitting Carson Williams.
And it was also great to have Lucas up here with Crochet and Liam Hendricks both pitching, having been teammates with both of them with the White Sox.
Having seen a young Garrett Crochet, I thought that was really insightful about Crochet as Williams swings and misses on a fastball inside 1-1, that he kind of carried the chip around with him, that the White Sox didn't want to make him a starter. Maybe didn't think he could be a starter because he didn't throw enough strikes. 1-1 is inside 2-1. That's an interesting drive to me.
Yeah, and that's coming from someone in the clubhouse with him who's obviously privy to those conversations. And I know that Garrett has talked about that leap of faith the White Sox took last offseason.
2-1 inside.
Before last year, Garrett had gone to Chris Getz, the White Sox GM, and said, "Hey, I want to start. How can we do this? How can we plan for it?" And so they laid out an off-season plan all the way to spring training, and it worked.
3-1. Swing at a ground ball left side. Lugo backs up on a third baseman, a second one. Campbell turned to first, not in time. Still a good turn by Christian Campbell, who's just taken over at second. They get one of the runners, so men on the corners with 1 out, the 6th inning for Tampa versus Wilson.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that we want to keep an eye on, right? The improvement of Christian Campbell, making that exact play of turn and 2, and he did a pretty good job of that. He was pretty quick.
One of a slew of defensive changes for the Red Sox in the 6th inning. Nick Sogard's at first. Christian Campbell's at second. Marvin Alcantara is at short, and Andy Lugo takes over at third. Miguel Blyce is in center. Nate Eaton in right. As men lead off the corners with 1 out. The pitch, and Bob Seymour takes outside for ball 1. Red Sox leading 3-1. RBI double by Trace Thompson. Couple of RBI hits by Masataka Yoshida and David Hamilton. Wilson deals. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, we talk about top prospects, and it wasn't that long ago. The guy in center field was right there with everybody, Miguel Blaze. He was perceived as the next big up-and-coming outfielder. Had surgery, had a down year last year. But it's interesting to see him run out there this year. I mean, this guy was on everybody's mind a couple of spring trainings ago.
1 ball and 1 strike. Justin Wilson sets, takes a big breath, kicks the leg, and deals and gets a ground ball right side. Sogard boots it through him. Campbell backs it up, shovels back to Sogard to get the out. Sogard frustrated, bobbled it, got by him. Campbell backs him up and makes the play. A run scores in the process, and it's 3-2 Red Sox.
He's been reading his Coop clippings. He's had such a good spring training all over the infield, and Alex Cora mentioned him today, about, hey, listen, you're in the conversation until you're not. I'm talking about Sogard.
And, this is somebody in Nick Sogard that, and he's learning how to play first base, and it does feel like, as this pitch is grounded to the left side, right at the shortstop, picked up by Alcantara, throws to first. Sogard makes the catch, and the inning ends. We'll see. More Nick Sogard talk when we come back. Rays get 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
If you're a heating, cooling, or oil burner technician looking for a much better opportunity, it's time to talk to my guy, Scott McFarland at McFarland Energy. Up to $2,400 in safety bonuses every year. See McFarlandEnergy.com/careers.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shaws and Star Market. Value pack all natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast and thighs. Just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. Shaws and Star Market. Perfecting the art of fresh.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years!
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Thanks, Dave.
High five!
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
When we opened Riverwalk Brewing, we turned to the Health Connector for business for employee health insurance. In about half an hour, we found coverage tailored for our needs. Now, I only spend 10 minutes a month managing our plan.
mahealthconnector.org/business.
You're listening to Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network. This is WEEI.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Red Sox leading 3-2. Christian Campbell leads off against a new right-hander, Edwin Uceta. And first pitch is inside to Christian. This is a fun little matchup here, in the game within the game. Christian got his first hit of the spring a couple of days ago in Sarasota, and now he faces Uceta, who deals and could not slice off the inside corner with a fastball. It's 2-0.
We'll see if that confidence that Christian has gotten over the last few days carries over right here in this tough matchup.
2-0 from Uceta. Is across the zone for a strike with the fastball. This guy, Edwin Uceta, is disgusting. And has been really since, he burst on the scene for the Rays last year. Pitch is swung on, chopped left side of the third baseman, picked up and thrown to first in time to retire Christian Campbell for the first down. That's part of it too, and again, it's early, but the counts where Christian Campbell did big-time damage in the minor leagues, 2-1, 3-1, 1-0, he just hasn't slugged really at all in those counts yet in spring training.
Yeah, like I said, this has just been a work in progress, he's slowly getting there.
Swing and a miss, Blake Sable.
One of the biggest things, Coop, is that he's just making a little bit more contact. I just don't remember coaching staff more happy for a player getting a hit than they were on Christian Campbell the other day.
On March whatever. Ground ball off the bat of Sable at the second baseman. Knocked down by Westbrook. Picks it up. Throws to first in time. 2 down. Jamie Westbrook always makes the play.
Oh, come on. Let's go. Whenever he gets up, remind me, because I have to predict a home run. With all apologies for what other pitcher is going to be on the mound. When Barrelman gets up, you got to predict a home run because he's going to hit it then. science.
Nobody on, 2 down. Red Sox still leading 3-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays, JetBlue Park, alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Nick Sogard batting from the left. Takes outside 1-0 from Uceta. This is another, important matchup here, for Nick Sogard in positional battle, trying to play his way into a roster conversation against the top-end major league reliever. 1-0. Uceta misses inside with that changeup, 2-0. It's been Uceta's best pitch. Opponents hit 154 against his changeup last year. They hit 133 against his four-seamer. 2-0. Sogard takes a changeup down the pipe for a strike, 2-1. They also only slugged 200 against Uceta's changeup last year. Right-hander winds and deals. 2-1 line, foul down the right field line.
Come back to Crochet. We had Eddie Romero on talking about the Crochet deal, and then we had Lucas Giolito talking about the Crochet mindset. And Crochet the other day on the podcast was talking about just like why he sort of wanted that extension if he was going to get traded.
2-2 foul back.
And it sort of lines up with what Lucas was saying. And what Crochet had said was, well, I had finally gotten into the rhythm of being a starter. I had been hurt so many times as a reliever, and now if I was traded, I didn't want to have this commitment.
2-2 popped up left side, foul by Sogard, out of play.
To a team that, they could have thrown me out as a reliever in the postseason, then boom, you're hurt again because you're out of that routine. He was intent. The priority was staying healthy. The priority was staying as a starter, and there was no guarantee when it came to doing that if he was traded.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Edwin Uceta deals to Sogard. He swings and hits it in the air. Center field and deep. Simpson back at the track. It's off the wall. Sogard around first. He's in a second. He doubles off of Edwin Uceta. Now the Red Sox have a man in scoring position in the 6th.
Well, right on cue, Hall of Fame engineer here, Doug Lane, pins me a note saying wind is changing now 14 miles per hour from the west. At start it was 20 miles an hour from the southwest. And you could see that, yes, the wind had changed to exactly where Sogard was hitting that ball.
All about jet streams.
But I think what Doug's point may have been, there's rain coming. So...
Got some dark clouds in the distance as Nate Eaton takes his first plate appearance of the day, takes outside. Red Sox with a 1-run lead, trying to hold on, get to 6-4-1 in the Grapefruit League. Big tie a couple of days ago. Nick Sogard was part of that, hit a game-tying 2-run shot. He's having a great spring, Nick Sogard. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is outside 2-0.
Yeah, we did hear that rain might be coming around 3:30. According to my calculations, it's 2:49.
2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss on a high fastball.
Man, the great thing about spring training, Coop, is you get the chance to talk to so many people before the game, or even in our case during the game. It's just so unlike the season.
2 on ground and foul third base side. You were working everything. You saw Carson Williams pregame.
Well,
you saw Rays,
first of all, I saw Cashy, of course, one of my favorites. I covered him, and the longest tenured manager now, which is kind of crazy to think about. Saw him, as you said, Carson Williams. I get a chance to talk to him. Chandler Simpson, the talk of spring training, who's out in center field right now. Also a former teammate of Christian Campbell at Georgia Tech.
2-2. Fouled off to the right by Eaton.
I get a chance, but we were very fortunate. Sam Dykstra of MLB Pipelines here. He's roaming throughout the camps. Sam always comes on the podcast, and he's my greatest resource when it comes to prospects. He obviously plays a big role in ranking the prospects, and he goes camp to camp to camp to talk to different people. The other day, he talked to Jackson Jobe, Andrew Painter. Today, Christian Campbell.
2-2 upstairs, 3-2.
So that was a great opportunity because he makes me look smart every time that I talk to him. He said, this guy is going to be good. Jesus my day. I said, oh, yeah, no, Jesus may. No, Jesus my day. Milwaukee prospect. Keep an eye on him.
3-2. is low and in ball 4. Nate Eaton walks, so the Red Sox put 2 men on in the 6th inning, leading by 1 run for Andy Lugo.
Yeah, there's a band coming.
Oh,
not in a good like Three Dog Night band. A band
I'm at Fenway.
A band of weather.
Sox talk incoming. Sogard on second. Man off first, and Lugo takes strike 1 from Edwin Uceta.
Yeah, no. With spring training games, when you get to the 6th inning, contractually obligated, there's no rain delays.
No. The Rays will be in Port Charlotte after like the 3rd drop. 0-1 from Uceta. Up and in, 1-1.
But even, I talked to our guy, Carlos Narvaez. Yes, I nailed it again. Carlos Narvaez, backup catcher, talking about what he worked on defensively.
1-1. Lugo swings and misses.
Although I did not get it. He was rushing out. I did not get a follow-up about why he sprays his uniform cologne before he goes out.
We got a few more weeks to get the hard-hitting information.
I do.
Best smelling man in baseball.
Well, yeah, and obviously Alex Cora talked before the game, and the guy he highlighted was Mikey Romero, we've seen the last couple days.
1-2 outside, 2-2. Yeah, he really was excited about
super
Mikey
excited.
Romero.
Yeah, so we just asked him, besides the big 3, who else? And he immediately said Mikey Romero, former first-round pick, has gone on the trips the last couple days to Bradenton, Sarasota, impressed.
2-2. Swing and a tap back foul by Lugo.
And, I was in the backfields just watching D'Angelo Ortiz play some third base, and Mikey walked by, and I informed him. I said, the manager just said some very nice things about you. And, how do you not want to hear that? It's much like Lucas Giolito coming on here and him saying, hey, listen, I think you're okay.
2-2 line drive past the eye of the third baseman and into left field. Sogard rounds third. He scores, throw to second, and Lugo stretches it into 2. RBI knock for Andy Lugo. And the Red Sox lead 4-2 in the 6th.
Andy Lugo was motoring, wasn't he?
He smelled too.
He certainly did.
Got to feel very cool for a 20-year-old who was in Salem last year. Took over for Alex Bregman at third base, takes over his spot in the lineup and delivers. Now, time call looks like maybe Uceta's day's about to end. Kevin Cash is the man out of the dugout. Gives us a chance to tell you to suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com, the official source for your Red Sox gear. Rays go to the bullpen. Red Sox have 2 men on, leading 4-2 in the 6th. On the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington this year to experience our state-of-the-art kitchen showroom. At CCL Homescapes, our design team listens, understands your family's needs, and stays on the pulse of trends. We work with you to create a beautiful and efficient space that your family will enjoy for years to come. Our showroom is open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to noon on Saturday. Go to cclco.com to learn more about how we can create the kitchen of your dreams. cclco.com.
Baseball is back and the team is stacked. Money was spent, players were added, and from what we can see, everything looks perfect. Aha! But what about what we can't see? It's just like your drains and pipes. The ugly, nasty, sometimes stinky truth is often the one you don't see at first. Drains by James is your expert residential and commercial drain and pipelining service. We'll find it, clean it, and get it back to new. Available 24/7. Drains by James. We give a poop about your pipes.
Folks, win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. Buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 through the 5th inning of today's game for the chance to win half the net jackpot. See official rules for full details. Let's take 10 seconds and pause for station ID in the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
We are your home for Boston College football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. WEEI AM, Boston, an Odyssey station.
JetBlue Park in Fort Myers. Cooper Boardman alongside Rob Bradford. Joe Braverman back inside the flagship. Red Sox leading 4-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays. Mark Colesvary bats with runners on second and third. And he takes first pitch low from the new right-hander for the Rays, Paul Gervais, 24-year-old out of LSU. Lugo off of second, just hit an RBI double to extend the Red Sox lead. Eaton off of third. And the pitch, Colesvary takes outside 2-0.
So did he play with Skeens? Because it's the 2 degrees of Paul Skeens, basically, for everybody who played at LSU.
He was a 2022 New York Mets draft pick. So, yeah, he played with Paul Skeens. 2-0, swing and a foul tip into the mid, 2-1.
Are you going to join me for the Paul Skeens-a-thon tomorrow, or?
It's a good, I don't know. I got to see.
Stories yet to be told.
Yeah. It depends, like, you know, if we need to spend more time together, you know. It's one of those days.
I tell you what, I'll get you in the ballpark.
2-1 swing and a miss, 2-2. Skeens tomorrow. We're missing Shane McClanahan. He's pitching tomorrow for the Rays. Could have pitched today.
I'll take Skeens and Zach Eflin. I'll take that game.
Yeah, that'll play.
Tanner Houck also, by the way, going up to Dunedin. You're going to want to tune in for that.
So, tomorrow is genuinely, like, is going to be awesome. Houck's scheduled to start versus Chris Bassett of the Toronto Blue Jays. 2-2 to Mark Colesvary. He takes low and in, 3-2. Red Sox are going to send Houck and Cooper Criswell to the mound. So you get 2 probably longer extended outings. Zach Kelly and Austin Adams also scheduled to pitch. We're going to see Bassett for the Blue Jays. Jeff Hoffman is supposed to pitch for them. Pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Colesvary down looking. And the inning's over. Red Sox extend the lead. Andy Lugo cracks an RBI double. They lead 4-2 as we go to the 7th on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Right now at Verizon, you can get one line for less than you think. Just $50 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Bella's Dog Walker and Glam Squad every week. Get one line on unlimited welcome for $50 per month with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Boston Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
There's a lot to love about. There's a lot to love about you.
Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Love all the trusted 2025 Subaru Forester has to offer, like symmetrical all-wheel drive. Buy with 3.9% financing for up to 48 months or lease for just $319 per month for 36 months. Versatile, capable, and reliable, the 2025 Forester is equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, the latest tech, and advanced Subaru safety features so you can adventure with confidence. Buy the 2025 Forester with 3.9% financing for up to 48 months or lease for just $319 per month with $32.19 due at signing. With so much to love, you don't want to miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com.
There's a lot to love about you.
Hey, it's Greg, and we are thrilled to have wrapped up yet another year of partnership with Chick-fil-A through the Community Heroes program. Over $22,000 was donated to various organizations, and if you'd like to nominate somebody in your community, just go to thegreghillfoundation.org/heroes.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Folks, August and September Red Sox games go on sale March 6th. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Don't miss the matchups against the Yankees, Astros, and more. Secure your seats at redsox.com/tickets. First pitch of the 7th inning is upstairs from Brennan Bernardino. He faces left-hand hitting Tristan Peters. Bernardino will face 2 left-handers if Richie Palacios bats. 1-0. He gets a check swing, called strike anyway on the slider. 1-1.
It's interesting. Bernardino looked, after that first pitch, looked up at the scoreboard along the third base side of the stadium, and which obviously not only shows miles per hour.
Gets a fly ball high in the air, left center field, in the wind, towards the wall. A leaping attempt is pulled in by Will Turner. Entered the game about 15 seconds ago and makes his mark with the grab to begin the 7th.
But was I was going to say that Bernardino turns, looks at that scoreboard where it has horizontal break, vertical break, so they can immediately see exactly where it's at, his pitches are at.
Yeah, remember, he's kind of, he's one of those guys that's in this bullpen battle. Started the year last year at AAA, pitched his way into the bullpen. And with all the lefties that have come into the offseason, his spot's not guaranteed. Pitches on the inside corner for a strike to the right-hand hitter, Kenny Piper.
Remember, he went to Texas for those exhibition games only to find out that he wasn't making the team. He was not happy about that.
Pitches swung on him, is 0-2.
Made his feelings known, and then ultimately he comes back to the major league teams and has some enormous moments, one in Baltimore particularly. I mean, he's a gutsy pitcher, man. He's obviously got a great story to get to this point, but he's a gutsy pitcher.
The 0-2 fired inside, 1-2. Red Sox leading 4-2 over the Rays. We're in the 7th inning.
You're a gutsy broadcaster, Cooper.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitches fouled off the foot of Piper. Thank you.
You scared of heights?
Terrified.
Are you?
Terrified.
Oh, so I was going to recommend we do a broadcast from the wall.
We could do it. I just might.
No, I don't want you in a state of panic.
I was going to say, I will have a panic attack in the 2nd inning, but it could be fun.
Have you been to Toronto?
Not in the booth.
Oh, well, in the CN Tower, they have the glass floor.
Yeah, there's nothing on this earth. You could pay me any amount of money. I would never do that.
Really?
I mean, I'll go if you want.
I love peer pressure. It's so much fun.
I mean, if you think it would be cool,
yeah. Yes. I do think it'll be cool. All the cool kids are doing it.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong? 1-2, swinging a high fly ball down the right field line. A long run towards the corner. Eaton overslips and drops the ball. Picks it up on the bare hand and gets it in. He was trying to stop and make the catch, and his left foot just gave out. He still almost grabbed it, but Piper's safe at first.
Yeah, and obviously, in normal circumstances, that's an easy play. He races over and he grabs it, but he's trying to navigate the wind, and he just overran it because the wind blew it just far enough back. And the wind's still howling. It's howling more than ever because, as we said, there is absolutely
Ask your smart
in.
speaker to play 93.7 WE.
Chandler Simpson batting. Squares the bunt, takes it back.
Here we go.
Yeah.
It's Chandler Simpson time.
I'm really excited. So I haven't got a chance to see Chandler Simpson play yet. Fastest man in baseball, Chandler Simpson, stole 100 bases last year across 2 levels. He's run faster than the fastest guy in the big leagues last year, Bobby Witt. And there's this big debate about whether he can be a major leaguer. I actually don't think there is. I think everyone thinks he's a major leaguer.
Oh, no. I talked to the aforementioned Sam Dykstra of MLB Pipeline, said who is the guy that might find his way in the major league roster who you wouldn't have suspected, and he said Chandler Simpson comes to mind.
1-0 is outside to Simpson, 2-0.
And you see it because he has good bat-to-ball skills. Not only did he steal 104 bases, but he hit over 350. So you put the ball on the ground, something's going to happen. We've already saw that at the time we've seen him play.
Check on first, and runner gets back. Just to put something in perspective about his bat-to-ball, last year across 2 minor league levels, he had a 2.9% swing and miss rate. The major league leader, 2-0, swinging a fly ball off the bat of Simpson in the air towards left. Turner against the wall, puts it away for the second out. Major league leader in the last few years has been Luis Ariz. He's been right around 3 and change %. Chandler Simpson swung and missed 2.9% of the time. 97.1% of the time he hit the ball.
So if you have that, then you have exactly what you need. People should understand how fast he is. Yeah, he stole 104 bases, so it suggests he's fast. But he's fast. He made 2 catches against the Red Sox early this spring that were insane.
Pitch inside. I mean, he's fast, but he is about to be the fastest player in the history of StatCast baseball in the last 8 years. 9 years now.
And it would seem like Tampa has somewhat of a vacancy at center field, right? Jose Siri's gone.
Xavier Isaac takes a strike. Yeah, they have an interesting outfield depth chart because, I think Johnny DeLuca, who they, believe in from the Dodgers, is probably in there. You have Josh Lowe coming back as Bernardino steps off and throws over. He's going to be their right fielder. Christopher Morel is another guy they traded for and seemed to value, even though he hasn't hit at all the last couple of years out there. And then they have, these kind of utility type guys. Pitch is swung on it high in the air down the left field line, foul. And Jose Caballero and Richie Palacios, who play like 1,000 different positions. Eloy Jimenez. So, it's crowded, but you're right that there's nobody other than, I would say, Josh Lowe that's all right, he's going to be there every day. Check on first. Could not get Piper over there.
I mean, I think we're selfish as baseball fans a little bit because we just want to see the guy play.
Yeah. Also, if you look at the last couple of years since they made the bases bigger, the Rays have stolen more bases than anybody. Piper off from first, throw to second, not in time, right on cue. Kenny Piper, their catcher, steals second. They have more stolen base attempts than anybody. And you talk about the Rays as a team that has won in the margins the last decade. It seems to me that they think that if they steal a lot of bases or attempt to steal a lot of bases, that'll pay off in the long term. Hasn't the last couple of years. But they've had more offensive issues than that. 2-2. Xavier Isaac swings and misses out of the glove of Sable, but Isaac didn't run, so he picks it up, throws down on a one-hop to Sogard to make the catch and step on the bag. And the inning wasn't pretty, but it's a strikeout for Bernardino. He gets a scoreless inning in the 7th. We hit the stretch, 4-2 Red Sox on the Shawson Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Herb Chambers is throwing heat this season with an exceptional lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Offering 35 brands and thousands of vehicles, Herb Chambers offers you the most choices when looking for your next vehicle. Game on.
A must for this week's grocery list. Boneless chicken is on sale at Shawson Star Market. Today through Thursday, get Value Pack All Natural Signature Farms boneless chicken breast or thighs for just $2.47 a pound when you use a digital coupon. Limit 2. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time, order ahead for free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss boneless chicken on sale. Shawson Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Hey, Lou Maloney here. I'm right in the middle of spring training down here in Fort Myers, and man, I am putting my healed elbow to the test. Thanks to Ortho Laser in New England, I was able to play catch with my kid, fully work out, and even play some golf. And through all that, zero pain. Before Ortho Laser, lifting a glass of water was a chore. Now I'm playing catch with my kid without a wince. I get it. Most of you don't need to toss BP, but you still walk, carry groceries, get out of bed. Well, with joint pain, it's always there. It doesn't have to be. Do what I did and choose Ortho Laser New England. Alleviate tendonitis pain, stabilize arthritic joints, all without needles or surgeries. The FDA-approved robotic laser can help your body heal the joint, sprains, strains, and even post-op recovery. If you have joint pain, reserve your free consultation at any of their Massachusetts or New Hampshire location. Visit ortholaserne.com. That's ortholaser with a Z-N-E.com.
The Greg Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shawson Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Red Sox leading 4-2. Marvin Alcantara batting against new right-hander Kevin Kelly for the Tampa Bay Rays. Garrett Crochet started this game. He was unreal. As the slider dips in low to the right hand, hitting Alcantara for ball 1.
Congratulations, Cooper. You've officially made it.
It's true. This is the moment. In the last commercial break, my life changed. Pitch outside 2-1. Bravo threw a baseball isn't boring shirt at me.
Yeah, Lucas Giolito might call them knickknacks. I call them the greatest prize you could ever secure in the world of baseball.
He made them sound like they were like stocking stuffers.
Well, as I said on before, I will give him an enormous amount of credit because there was no better product placement for the Damn Near Perfect Game book with Joe Kelly than Lucas Giolito's locker.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch is swung on, chop back, foul. I can't hear you. Somebody just brought Adele's Lemonade in, so.
I know. I mean, between baseballs and boring T-shirts and
there's been an unbelievable
lemonade.
minute and a half. Yeah. 2-2. Swing and a fly ball off the bat of Alcantara. Simpson went back. Now he glides to his right and jumps back to make the catch.
You know where that doesn't happen? Hockey games.
Yeah. Look, you're telling me. Hockey is like you walk in, you gotta. I got some this weekend. You gotta put another layer on.
No one's giving you T-shirts or lemonade at hockey games.
I mean, they do toss T-shirts at hockey games. That's the thing that happens.
You have to fight for them. I just give them to you. You earned it.
Miguel Blaze takes a strike.
Miguel Blaze is, as we said, he was a top prospect a couple years ago, taking a step back, but he'll always be distinguished by the massive amount of yellow that he wears.
Pitch, ground ball, left side, through for a base hit. Williams dove, came up short. Miguel Blaze rocking the bright yellow batting gloves, the bright yellow shin guard, has a single.
And you can see it. And he always wore number 44, which always sort of stood out. And I'll tell you what, who else was wearing 44 in the backfields today? D'Angelo Ortiz. What's wrong with you?
I'm eating Adele's lemonade. What do you want?
You got your face in the middle of the frozen lemonade. I'm dropping gold for you.
Called strike one. I'm just saying, it took me 9 games for my first Dell's Lemonade, and it's here now, and there's nothing else on earth that matters.
Man.
You keep talking. I'm just getting my Dell's.
I know.
The 0-1 is outside 1-1.
Wow.
It really is one of the great treats of our time. Dell's Lemonade. I mean, it turns into lemonade over time. It's frozen. You got the little lemon peels in it. Kind of like Miguel Blaze. Yellow's, yellow batting gloves. I'm listening. Runner goes. Pitch high. Throw to second. One hop and in time. What a throw by Piper. I think Blaze might have been safe, but...
the ball landed right as his hand was getting to the bag. But, you can see what they saw in Miguel Blaze because... he has that sort of, he's not as big as Ellie De La Cruz, and I'm not even close, but that same center frame.
Big time hair, too. Pitch inside to Will Turner. Left hand hitting left fielder. Made a really nice catch, ranging into the gap in front of the monster in left center. A couple innings ago. Bats with nobody on and 2 out. 4-2 Red Sox. The pitch, swing, hard line drive, right side, a base hit. Will Turner adding to his big day. Guy who deserves his flowers. Was with Greenville last year.
And, of course, pitcher Kevin Kelly on the mound for the Rays is a great story. Rule 5 guy, I believe. Ended up having a ton of appearances. Became one of the more reliable relievers in the American League East. Doug Lane's playing for the tie here. Just gave me a Will Turner, captain of the Black Pearl. All right, you gave me a good weather report.
Christian Campbell taps it back to Kelly, who gloves and throws to first 1-3 to end the inning mercifully. We go to the 8th.
Lemonade time. Lemonade time.
4-2. A minute to eat the Dells on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel?
Cool. Good to go to the opera? Good to sit ringside at a boxing match? Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Looking for a great value for lunch? Visit the 99 Restaurant for their new Daytime Deals menu, available Monday through Saturday until 5 p.m. Try the Vermont Cheddar Chicken Sandwich, flatbread combos, and 6 new hearty sandwiches. You gotta love the 9s.
You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network.
Now, back to the game on WEEI.
Welcome back, everybody, live from JetBlue Park. Top of the 8th, Greg Weissert on the mound for the Red Sox, with the Red Sox leading 4-2 against the Tampa Bay Rays, and barrelman Jamie Westbrook is up. I guarantee he's going to hit a home run.
1-0 pitch outside.
Speaking of guarantees, I guarantee you're going to win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. Buy tickets at redsox.com/50-50 through the 5th inning of today's game for the chance to win half of the net jackpot. See official rules for details.
Great job on the read. Really outstanding job. We already did that one.
So you can never do it enough. Literally... I read what's in the prompter.
You're set up for failure. You're an Anchorman situation. 3-0s on the outside.
Most importantly, I just need to get through it because there's going to be a big moment right here when Jamie Barrelman Westbrook is going deep.
2 hours ago, before we came on the air, you guaranteed a home run. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Jamie Westbrook, former Red Sox. Greg Weissert deals, and Westbrook takes a strike, and that's good news for you. He gets another pitch, 3-2.
It's a tough matchup. Whiteside coming in with that slider, one of the best sliders in the game, against a right-handed hitting Jamie Westbrook. This is a tough ask of Jamie, but if anyone can do it, it's Barrelman.
3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch from Greg Weissert is inside, and he hit him.
Whoa.
Well, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, he did what he could with what he was presented. And in case people don't remember Barrelman, it's a great story. This guy has been fighting through, finally got his major league debut, and really, like, he was one of these guys when he got called up, Jamie Westbrook, that he said, listen, I am a major leaguer now. You know, everything else is gravy, and that's so awesome to hear.
First pitch from Weissert to Smith is on the inside corner for a strike.
You know what else is awesome to hear? There's no place like home. Join us for Red Sox opening day at Fenway on Friday, April 4th, as the Sox take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Get your tickets today, redsox.com/tickets. Is that all right?
I'm clapping my hands. I hope people can hear it. Pitch outside, 1-1.
Keep them coming. Let's go. Keep them coming.
Doug Lane's actually vacated the booth. Man on first, nobody out, 8th inning. 1-1 pitch from Greg Weissert is a slider across the zone for a strike, 1-2.
And in Barrelman's story, of course, the first time I heard it, Bobby Dahlback had said, oh, yeah, no, everyone calls him Barrelman. So Jamie works out with Dahlback, works out with Tarek Skubal, and they all know him as Barrelman. And the story goes is that when he went to the Tigers organization, he hit a home run, and he was in this awful slump. He finally hits a home run, and he just started shouting, I am the Barrelman. I am the Barrelman.
1-2 upstairs, 2-2.
And it's great. The reason I even came across it was because on his bat, where the name usually goes, it says Barrelman.
He was good, for a AAA, and for a short stint in the big leagues last year. 2-2, swing, fly ball, center field. Miguel Bleis angles back and makes the catch, a step in front of the warning track for the first out of the inning for Greg Weissert. Red Sox leading 4-2. Been a good day for the Sox. Garrett Crochet was just outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say he came as advertised, but he was almost better as advertised, to be honest with you.
That's the best we've seen him, and the numbers would support that based on what we've seen so far. Right-hand hitter, Williams takes outside. Top 10 prospect in baseball, Carson Williams, batting right now against Greg Weisser.
He's getting a lot of run today, huh?
Yeah, full 9 for him, I think.
Same thing with Christian Campbell, though.
Man off first, 1 out. Pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher. Yeah, Crochet goes 3 innings, 7 Ks. He K'd 7 of the 11 men that he faced.
Yeah, and you can see why he fanned him, too. I mean, his stuff was just absolutely filthy. Now, I do want to get this in about Williams. I saw that he went to Torrey Pines High, and I said, "Oh, you play the course?" He's like, "Yeah, I have a residence card." I mean, think about that. That must be awesome, having a residence card for Torrey Pines.
Check on first. Westbrook dives back.
Just to clarify, because I know everyone out there is wondering, it's not free. Just because he's from Torrey Pines, was it North Carolina?
No, it's California.
San
Diego.
Okay, that's right. Whatever.
Close.
I don't know. Stupid geography.
1-1 ground ball left side in the hole, picked up to second. 1 Alcantara to Campbell, and a turn to first in time, a double play. 6-4-3. Nice turn by Christian Campbell. And the inning is over. You got anything more you want to say about California?
Basically, no. Torrey Pines, just because you're a resident doesn't mean you get to play for free. You just get a discount. I know everyone was waiting for that.
And there you go. 4-2 Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning of the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hey guys, it's Greg for East Coast Metal Roofing. If you've been thinking about a new roof, don't wait any longer. Proposed tariffs on aluminum could increase the cost of a new metal roof by up to 25% beginning March 12th. Right now, you can save 10% and get 0% financing during the Spring into Savings event at East Coast Metal Roofing. Just mention my name and WEEI when you visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com, but you ought to do it before March 12th when the tariffs kick in. East Coast Metal Roofing, the official roofing partner of the Boston Celtics.
Your old or broken phone can let you down, but at Verizon, trade in any old phone from our top brands and get iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence with a new line on My Plan and iPad and Apple Watch Series 10. After all, you don't want your old phone to die on you when you're lost.
Perfect.
Or for your broken phone to glitch at the worst possible time.
Hey, can I get your number? Oh.
Trade in your old phone for a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, iPad, and Apple Watch. Visit Verizon.com today. Additional terms apply. Service plan required for Apple Watch and iPad.
Greg Hill here. What's better than 2 for 1? 3 for 1. Right now, Boston Standard is offering a plumbing inspection plus an AC and heating system tune-up for just $219. That's 3 services for the price of 1. Call today and save tomorrow with Boston Standard.
Jones and Keefe.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
With the last bits of Sweet Caroline ringing through the ballpark, Blake Sable leads off in the bottom of the 8th. He swings first pitch, pops it up behind third. Montez ranges into foul territory, puts it away. For the first out of the bottom of the 8th, Red Sox leading 4-2 over the Rays. Trying to win their second in a row. Grapefruit League action after a tie. What could be a season-changing tie 3 days ago now.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to obsess over how the Red Sox are doing wins and losses
Really?
in spring training. Yeah, I mean, it's just so silly.
I don't know why you weren't thinking about exit velocities. Nick Sogard takes a strike.
They didn't have those in the newspapers, no. But it was, I'm a little worried. Their record is not good. Look at this. To me, it's all about how you're playing at the end.
Swing and a miss by Sogard.
I mean, Coop, it really is. It's even beyond the wins and losses. It's just, are you playing clean baseball at the end? I've seen Red Sox teams get off to really bad starts when they weren't playing clean baseball at the end of spring training.
Ben Peoples, Rays right-hander, comes home. 0-2 check swing. Sogard went around. Ooh. Don't know about that, but he strikes out 2 down.
Because I think that if you do sort of say, I'm just easing into the season, when you get to the season, it's not that easy. And Crochet talked a little bit about that, why he wanted to go to face the Phillies and why he wanted to face these guys. Because it's not about being perfect, but it's just being about competitive against good players.
Nobody on 2 down. Nate Eaton batting. Pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike. I mean, we were talking, I think it's really interesting talking to guys about when the competitive juices flow, right? And it's not that they're not competitive all the time, but, something external sometimes makes a guy get to another level. Like we were talking about with Lucas earlier, pitch low 1-1. Remember Adam Ottavino a couple of days ago said to us that, he got to a certain live BP, and he was looking at Devers and Bregman, and that's when he felt like he reached a new level of competitive juice. 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. And obviously there's nothing that's quite going to match what it's going to feel like in Arlington on opening day and all the pageantry of that. But you're trying to get as close to that as possible in your own mind.
Well, I think it was insightful by Lucas Giolito talking about his teammate Liam Hendricks.
1-2 upstairs, 2-2.
We saw him come out of the gate, and he was 93, gets the first couple of pitches go for hits. And then he gets going, and then he pointed this out. Eloy Jimenez, a former teammate of his, he's like, he blows 96.
2-2 fouled off.
And there is a competitiveness there about this former teammate. And also, like, when you get going, it's like, okay, let's go. And there is a difference. I've always heard this, and you brought this up with him. You do these things in the backfields. It's hard, man. It's like, don't look at the radar gun readings because the juice is just in there.
Eaton strikes out. Swing and a miss against Ben Peoples on a high fastball. And the bottom of the 8th ends. Red Sox are 3 outs away from a spring training dub as we go to the 9th, up 4-2 on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Hi, I'm James Pratt from Basement Technologies. Find out how fast and inexpensive it is to keep your basement dry for good. Don't let rain cause damage to your home. Call 1-800-BUSY-DOG or visit 1-800-BUSYDOG.com and keep your basement dry for good.
Oh boy, your front door looks like this, when it could look like this. We're Right Window and Door. A new front door is an amazing thing. The right one improves the entire look of your house. And at Right Window and Door, we make sure you get the right one. We come over with this fancy schmancy software, sit down at your dining room table, and match a ton of door styles to a pic of your house. You swipe right through them. No. Ooh, I like that. That wood is good. Add glass, remove the brass, customize it right on the spot, done. It's like a dating app for doors. Only better than a dating app because when you finally meet the door, it actually looks like the picture. Right now, save $250 on door installation with free financing for 18 months. So make an appointment with Right Window, because your house will be closer to perfect when you match it with a perfect front door.
Call Right Window right now.
Call 800-649-3600. Quality products professionally installed for the right price. Right Window and Door.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable combination of the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life. Town Fair is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. So when you're in the market for a new set of Bridgestone tires, get to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We're right back to the Sox. You're listening to the Shaws and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Wyatt Mills on out of the Red Sox bullpen to close it out in the 9th inning, facing Bob Seymour. And he grabs the outside corner, does Mills with a strike, 0-1. Red Sox leading 4-2 in the 9th, 3 outs away from a spring training win. Would be their second in a row. Big right-hander Wyatt Mills from the stretch comes home and misses outside with the changeup. 1-1 to Seymour. Red Sox got the start from Garrett Crochet. He strikes out 7 of the 11 men he faces in 3 scoreless innings. 1-1, swinging a foul back. Aroldis Chapman was next. He faced 3 batters and posted a 1-2-3 4th inning. Liam Hendricks gave up 4 hits One earned run over 6 batters faced. Justin Wilson gave up a run in a scoreless inning before a runless frame from Brennan Bernardino and a runless inning from Greg Weiser. Seymour fouls it back. And now Wyatt Mills trying to close it out on a day where Red Sox pitching has struck out 9 men in 8 innings.
Wyatt Mills has looked pretty good so far. Obviously, he has been out for a long, long time after originally getting traded to the Red Sox from Kansas City a couple of years ago.
1-2. Swing poked in the air down the left field line towards the corner and out of play. Yeah, still waiting for Wyatt to throw his first regular season pitch in the organization, which, knock on wood, is going to happen in a few weeks. Tommy John in 2023. Facing Seymour, Coco Montes, and Tristan Peters. The Rays have had a lot of their guys play all 9 innings today. First time we've seen that this spring. 1-2 outside, 2-2.
Thinking about that, a year from now, you're going to have guys play 9 innings. You know why? World Baseball Classic.
Wow, yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. 2026, whatever year it is now. 2-2 is swung on, grounded, foul.
You're right.
No.
Is that lemonade okay?
It was just handed to me. I actually have no idea what's in these shells.
Yeah. But, you go back to the World Baseball Classic, and I think the last one sort of amped it up a notch, obviously finishing with one of the most memorable at-bats, let's face it, in baseball history. Mike Trout versus Shohei Ohtani.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Wyatt Mills punches out Seymour. And there's one away in the 9th inning. 2 outs away.
Yeah, nice pitch by Mills. Like I said, he's looked pretty good. He's getting in the mix. They got a lot of guys like him where a little bit of major league time can be very, very useful. But to go back to the WBC, we forget this time of year, a year from now, it's going to be crazy. It was crazy last year.
Coco Montes swings, hits it high in the air down the right field line. Eaton ranges back in over and makes the catch right near pesky pole south for the second out.
Yeah, it's who's playing, who's not playing, how that's going to impact you. Remember, Jaron Duran played for Team Mexico and barely played. I mean, he was like a pinch runner, and he ends up not making the team, let's be honest, because he wasn't around. Ramiel Tapia made the team because of that.
Yeah. Nobody on, 2 down. Red Sox 1 out away. Wyatt Mills against Tristan Peters. And pitch is up and away for ball 1. Red Sox up 4-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays. Tomorrow in Dunedin, Red Sox and Blue Jays. Tanner Houck set to start for the Sox. 1-0 fly ball foul down the left field line.
Hey, the way that I look at it, Coop, is that if Dunedin's good enough for Shohei Ohtani, then it's good enough for me.
I'm excited. It's one of those plays. I've heard it's kind of an older ballpark, too.
Oh, you love the older ballpark.
I love the older ballpark. 1-1 is on the outside corner. A strike, 1-2.
I can't get past that. One of the greatest achievements in Toronto Blue Jays history was getting Shohei Ohtani to visit Dunedin.
And we're 1 strike away from turning our attention to Dunedin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Mills is swung on line center field, sinking down a base hit. And wait for Dunedin goes a little bit longer. A single by Tristan Peters, so that'll bring Kenny Piper to the plate in the 9th. Good day for the Red Sox offensively, too. Triple by Alex Bregman. Masataka Yoshida had a 2-hit day and drove in 1. Trevor Story got a hit. David Hamilton drove home a run.
Trace Thompson.
Obviously.
Sorry, it goes without saying.
Now Mills on to close it out. Right versus right, facing Kenny Piper. And deals inside. We're racing, I think, a little bit against the rain here. Cool breeze is picked up. It's been blowing out to dead center field all day long. And we don't have a home run. As the Jinx hangs in the air. 1-0 is called a strike.
I would say this out of the gate. You looked at the wind, and this was one of the windiest days we've had all year, and it was blowing straight out. And I'm saying, pound the over, pound the over, pound the over. Not for entertainment purposes only, of course, but it's only 4-2.
We've had big time pitching. 1-1. Outside 2-1. It is funny. Like, you look at the names in this game: Crochet, Chapman, Hendricks, Joe Boyle.
That was the caveat, right? You can have all the wind that you want, but when you have Crochet and Joe Boyle and these guys coming out, and behind Boyle, they had some legit pitchers.
2-1 is outside 3-1. Edwin Uceta pitch. Red Sox rallied for a run off of Uceta. Nick Sogard doubled and set up a rally. And it's a 4-2 lead, but a man off first, 2 down. 3-1 pitch. Red Sox still 1 out away. Pitch, swing, ground ball, left side, right at Alcantara. Shortstop glove, sets, throws, in time, and the Red Sox win. Garrett Crochet punches out 7 over 3 scoreless. That set the tone, and the Red Sox win for the second straight day. Again, 4-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll set you up for tomorrow. Tanner Howe, Cooper Criswell versus Chris Bassett for the Toronto Blue Jays. Right here on the Shaw's Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
This is Scott McFarlane of McFarlane Energy. While there's no shortage of companies offering heating oil delivery, boilers, furnaces, heat pumps, and air conditioning, we stand apart from the rest. Since opening our doors in 1946, our goal has been to deliver the best combination of price, expertise, and equipment to all of Eastern Mass and the Cape. This winter, consider McFarlane Energy for your next oil delivery. You'll love our prices, and we'll treat you and your home like family. And don't forget to ask us about cleaner burning bioheat. Please visit us at McFarlaneEnergy.com.
Winter weather can be frightful, but Shaw's and Star Market's pickup and delivery, delightful. To help with snow days and driving delays, Shaw's and Star Market offer free curbside pickup or get delivery. That's right, just order ahead and Shaw's and Star Market will have your groceries ready for you curbside, or they can deliver right to your door. These convenient pickup and delivery services are available year-round to help you when you need it most. Download the app now. Shaw's and Star Market can save you time and money.
Visit the 99 restaurant Monday through Wednesday for their newest big deal meal. Your favorite chicken and sausage al forno is back at the Nines for just $14.99 every Monday through Wednesday. You gotta love the Nines.
In the season of spring, rediscovering, cleaning, finding things you forgot about? Look at this, your old membership card from the video rental store. I bet you get some points on that you never cashed in. How about finding money that's owed to you at findmassmoney.gov? 1 out of every 10 people have unclaimed property. If you file a claim online, you can print the claim form from your inbox. See if you're on the list of money owed to you at findmassmoney.gov. That's findmassmoney.gov. It's fast, easy, and free.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now, get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/31/25.
When we opened Riverwalk Brewing, we turned to the Health Connector for business for employee health insurance. In about half an hour, we found coverage tailored for our needs. Now, I only spend 10 minutes a month managing our plan.
mahealthconnector.org/business.
Looking for new, highly durable, and low-maintenance windows? Look no further. Come visit CCL Homescape Showroom in Abington to see the Sierra Pacific H3 windows. With the Sierra Pacific H3 windows, you can choose from 50 exterior colors and 8 interior wood species. And each window is protected by low-maintenance, highly durable exterior cladding that will stand up to the harsh New England weather for years to come. CCL and Sierra Pacific Windows. Nobody's ever built a window like this before. Go to cclco.com to learn more. cclco.com.
You're listening to the Shaw's and Star Market Red Sox Network
on WEEI.
Wrap-up time from JetBlue Park. Red Sox beat the Rays by a final score of 4-2 in a game that took 2 hours, 29 minutes in front of 9,736 at JetBlue Park. Alongside Rob Bradford, Cooper Boardman. Good day. Garrett Crochet goes 7 Ks, 3 scoreless. Roldis Chapman looked pretty good. Brennan Bernardino, Greg Weissert, all with scoreless outings for the Sox. Alex Bregman was great. Great, right?
I think it really starts and almost ends the conversation with Garrett Crochet, because that was the most important thing. You want to see him in person. You want to see him getting the results. You want to see him getting the shock and awe that he did, and that's all of that happens. I mean, it was just really, really impressive watching him get the strikeouts, get this. The image of him out there is something. We've been talking about that, Coop, about what type of pitcher you would go out of the way to see. And, yeah, Paul Skeens tomorrow night, sure, we'll swing on through Sarasota to see him, but I think a lot of people might want to swing on through to see Garrett Crochet, even more so than last year, because all of a sudden now you got this guy, there's no innings limit, there's no mystery. You know what he is, and what he is sure looks like one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Tomorrow, Tanner Houck, Cooper Criswell, Zach Kelly, Austin Adams, but it'll be Houck versus Chris Bassett to start the day. 1:07 first pitch against Toronto in Dunedin. We're on the air at 1 o'clock. And another step. We saw, you talk about steps, right? Garrett Crochet comes out. He dials in the strike throwing. I think we want to see another step from Tanner Houck tomorrow now.
Yeah, I've seen him, bob and weave his way through spring trainings before. He's had some really, really bad outings where he just can't find his slider at all. And then he figures it out the next time. So no matter what happens, I don't panic too much over Tanner Houck. The most important thing is just want him to be healthy. You want him to show the sort of stuff that he normally has. And because, Coop, honestly, I'm not saying that I keep mentioning the wind and the wind being the be-all, end-all, but even with pitchers like Tanner Houck, the wind affects sometimes their control and their command. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I couldn't tell you what the wind is. Doug can tell us that, but still, all I'm saying is that it's going to be good to see him pitch, because he is another guy. If you got a good Tanner Houck in this rotation, you got as good a 1 and 2 as there's going to be in baseball.
Man, I'll see you at 1:07 tomorrow.
Well, we hope so. We hope so. We'll be up there early. It's going to be a great, great ride, a great, great time in Dunedin. Let's go.
Great. That's it for us today here from JetBlue Park. The Red Sox again beat the Rays by a final score of 4-2. Big thanks to Joe Braverman, doing an outstanding job, as he always does, back inside the flagship. For Al Hernandez here, for Doug Lane as well, for Rob Bradford, I'm Cooper Boardman. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Shawson Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to Red Sox Spring Training on the WEEI Shaw Star Market Red Sox Network.
This has been a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
Of the losing, the Bears have not won a playoff game since 2011. So inconsistency is the culture at Hallis Hall up in Lake Forest. And I think when you see the moves by Ryan Poles so far this offseason, I think 2 things come to mind. Number one is that Ben Johnson's arrival has sparked something new, a different approach within the Bears organization. There's a lot of confidence. And I do think that there's a feeling, maybe it's wishful thinking, but among Bears fans that Ben Johnson is somehow going to make Ryan Poles a smarter evaluator of talent, because he comes from Detroit. They had such a dynamic offense that was largely because the offensive line was so good and so deep that back-to-back days, the Bears have gone out and traded draft capital for veteran offensive linemen. And I think that there's more confidence this year right now because Ben Johnson is here, rather than if Ben Johnson weren't here, you might wonder if Ryan Poles is at it again, because his last couple moves have not gone so well, and he's not really known for his free agent trades or signings or off-season trades. So there's a lot of excitement in the city this week, and this morning the breaking news was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of fun, like you mentioned it, because that was always my got hired, because everyone has always felt that Ben Johnson, the Bears, to pair him up with Caleb Williams. a great fit. And once he was hired, there was a ton of excitement, not just locally in Chicago, but obviously nationally, because Ben Johnson was kind of the hot candidate on not just this coaching cycle, but the last coaching cycle as well, taking the Bears job. But my concern was, well, you're not going to bring the Detroit Lions offensive line with you as well. Like, you're just getting the coach. You're not getting the players that he got to use in Detroit. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. But I mean, moves like this, as someone who's like interested in like investing in the Chicago Bears for this upcoming season, this is something that I can get excited about because at least they've identified the problem and are going to continue to attack it. Like, do you think that they're also going to like maybe address center? I know like the Falcons, Drew Dahlman is out there as well as a free agent. Like, are they done with the offensive line, or are they going to keep trying to throw resources at this position, which was a weakness last year?
Well, I think a couple things. Number one, the cautious optimism part of it, the cautiousness comes from the fact that both Jonah Jackson and I think Joe Thuney, Jonah Jackson has been injured. So that was a problem in LA, why he didn't play and only played 4 games last year. Joe Thuney is 32 years old. So there's reasons for hesitation and just being all in on what these moves mean to the Bears. But I think if you do allow yourself to have a little bit of imagination, yes, you could definitely look at why this is an aggressive move to upgrade the weakest position on your team, and it makes Drew Dahlman probably a good bet to go to the Bears, or at least the Bears are going to make him an offer that they hope he can't refuse because they can afford it. They still, after these 2 moves the last 2 days, have $51.5 million under the salary cap. That's ample space and room to pursue a center. If they get a veteran center and pair him with these 2 guys, perhaps, who knows how they're going to work out yet. You know, there's a lot of mixing and matching. I don't know if Thuney is going to stay at left tackle. He was there by necessity and emergency in Kansas City and did such a good job and was so unselfish about going there. They voted him the MVP. If he stays at left tackle, then the Bears, they have the draft to address other needs. So I think that there's a lot of excitement, but there's caution only because the Bears have won the offseason before and been disappointed. Yeah. So that is a familiar feeling in Chicago, disappointment.
This is You Better You Bet. Femi and Bebefe. We're hanging out with David Ha, host of Mully and Ha on 670 The Score in Chicago, our Odyssey station out there in the Windy City. Check him out, 5:30 to 10 a.m. Central Time. Also does great work for Chicago Sports Network. Well, let's talk about the team outside of the offensive line because the O-line's the big headline here. But what do you expect the Bears to do next week and beyond? Like, are they going to be addressing this defense? Because at certain points in the year, like, the defense looked good. When Eberflus was there, they fired Eberflus. It fell off of a cliff. Like, do they do anything offensively with the skill positions? Do you expect the Bears to be big players next week once the legal tampering period begins?
Well, let's look at the priority list now that they have gotten these 2 offensive linemen who have experience and immediately became the most experienced offensive linemen. I think number 1 is the center. Drew Dahlman becomes a priority because he fits nicely and he fits into your approach and your philosophy. You need to be able to run the ball and protect Caleb Williams. So I think that's number 1. Secondly, I think you look at the edge rusher opposite Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat had a disappointing year in 2024 because I think he got a lot of the attention. They never found another component opposite him on the edge. And I think Khalil Mack's name has come up. He's a 34-year-old edge rusher who wants to go to a contender, but he does know Chicago, and he has been comfortable here before at a high level. He's not going to be at that high of a level, but they don't need him to be. He could be a situational pass rusher. Maybe Chase Young makes sense. He played for Dennis Allen in New Orleans. I think there's familiarity there as well. He also played opposite Montez Sweat in Washington, so there's some pieces there that might fit together. They need to get to the quarterback. Both Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen believe in puncturing the pocket and pressuring the quarterback and creating some turnovers and takeaways. So I think if your priority list, you got to be conscious of the line of scrimmage weaknesses with the Bears, and then you get to the skill position. They're okay at receiver. They have DJ Moore and Roma Dunze. They've got DeAndre Swift in the backfield. They may draft a running back, but I don't think that's a pressing need. They have more glaring needs closer to the football.
David, we got about 4 minutes left here. You mentioned they may draft a running back. Everyone saw this Joe Thuney trade, everyone's mind then went to Boise State running back Ashton Genty. Bears hold the 10th pick in the draft. Is a real possibility that they would use it on the Boise State running back who ran for 1 billion yards and almost challenged Barry Sanders' collegiate record?
I mean, this is where I stand on that one because, you look at Ben Johnson's past. This whole offseason is about Ben Johnson's vision. He was in Detroit when they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and you saw what happened with that. I'm keeping an open mind. I don't want to get carried away. I do think that they're more likely, and it's a safer pick to go offensive line to keep the pipeline, keep those guys kind of developing and there to be part of your future. But if the Bears hand in the card and it's Ashton Genty on day one after they have restocked their offensive line through free agency, I'm not going to be the one that complains. I'm going to be the one that looks at it as possibly you trust Ben Johnson now. You would have to trust him on draft night because I think there's an understanding here in Chicago that this is Ben Johnson's team. You don't pay a first-time head coach $13 million and then he relinquishes control in the drafts room. If he drafts Ashton Genty, Bears fans could get excited. I'm not saying that would be my number one choice, but I'm keeping an open mind in case it happens because with Ben Johnson, you just never know.
Yeah, and I know the Detroit Lions got a lot of criticism for drafting Jahmyr Gibbs in the top, I think 15 of, I think it was in that draft a few years ago. And I mean, look how that's turned out. Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the best skill position players in the National Football League. So if they believe he's the real deal, like we all saw in college football, maybe it's not a bad pick for the Chicago Bears. Last one here. I want to know year one for Ben Johnson, because this is Ben Johnson's vision, as you've explained, and so far so good in addressing the biggest need with this team on the offensive line. Year two with Caleb Williams, what do you think are realistic expectations for the Chicago Bears? Because in what we do in a betting show, like the win total is probably going to be like around 7.5 or 8, the over-under for wins in 2025. Would you rather go over or under? Like, what do you think are realistic expectations for this team and what they could do next season?
Tough schedule, but I would lean toward the over. I think that you have Caleb Williams ready to take that next step with the coach who knows how to help him make it. I think you have an offensive line that's being rebuilt. If it can stay healthy, you've got a pretty good offense because you have dynamic weapons in DJ Moore, Roma Dunze. And I think DeAndre Swift could be a guy that's very dangerous in this offense. Defensively, they need to get to the quarterback, but they've got some pieces on that defense with Tremaine Edmonds, Jalen Johnson, Montez Sweat. It's not bad. Win more than you lose. That's probably 9-8. I think that's a realistic goal for this Bears team. I would take the over.
Yeah, 9-8. I think people will be very, very excited about the Chicago Bears if that's what it is. And then obviously, I mean, the hype into 2026. They go 9-8 in 2025. They might be playing the parade before the season starts in 2026. But he is David Ha, host of Mully and Ha, 670 The Score in Chicago, our Odyssey teammate. Does great stuff for Chicago Sports Network on Twitter at David Ha. David, we appreciate it as always. Hopefully we talk soon before the Bears maybe take that Ashton Genty leap in the draft coming up next month.
Anytime. Enjoyed it.
Awesome stuff there from David Ha. Once again, 670 The Score in Chicago. Mully and Ha, 5:30 to 10 a.m. Central Time over there, and does awesome work for Chicago Sports Network. I mean, how about that? I mean, if the Bears, if they start showing up some of these issues on defense and continue to bolster that offensive line, like, I think this is a team that a lot of people are going to want to be in on. And this year, I think they might be right. Like last year, everyone was in on this thing, and I was like, nah, let's pump the brakes. But if they keep getting offensive linemen and they start to shore up a defense that's now coordinated by Dennis Allen, I would be very, very interested in the Chicago Bears. Real quick, wanted to go out and give out some of my bets for tonight in college basketball. Big slate that we have in college hoops later on this evening. I like the over in Maryland and Michigan, over 153. I'll also take the 6.5 with Oklahoma State at UCF. I also like Kansas State +9 against Cincinnati. Favorite bet of some of the other games, Butler +4.5 against Xavier. I think Nick likes Xavier in this. So we might be going a little Oppo Taco on that one, but Butler +4.5. I also play Notre Dame +2. And then in the nightcap, Big Ten action, Washington, USC over 150.5. So that's what I like in college basketball. The rest of my NBA, NHL, and some other college basketball bets coming up later on at 6:40 to close out the show with Gambling Night in America. On the other side, Nick Kostos joins us as we'll tackle all the major headlines from throughout the National Football League on this Wednesday here on You Better You Bet.
We'll be right back with You Better You Bet, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
With a daily tip featuring Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger. Weekday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on the BetMGM Network.
Let's look at some of these odds to make the Final Four.
The committee loves storylines, don't they? All of that is to set up the fact that I like St. John's at 6-1 to make the Final Four. They know that the 5-12 matchup historically is a matchup that ends up being one where we see a couple of upsets each and every single year. It happens every year in the tournament. So when you take these storylines into account, a guy like Rick Pitino or a Tom Izzo or a Cooper Flagler, these storylines are important to the committee, and that's why we see coaches meeting up against former teams or a guy that transferred to one team and now he's playing against the other team, if that's possible.
The Daily Tip, morning 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern from the BetMGM Network, America's home for wagertainment, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. Starts your day with a daily tip featuring Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger. Weekday morning, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern on the BetMGM Network.
Right now, it feels like the OGs of the NBA are absolutely killing it. Because not just Steph Curry, LeBron James, we want to anoint these young teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who the average age of their starting five, I think, is like 24 years old. But I think some of these older guys who are in their 30s, they say, not so fast, my friend. There are still some of us that you might have to deal with. And the Warriors are one of those teams. And this was one of the rhetorics that we've been throwing around about Jimmy Butler as well. He's 35 years old. Think about Tom Brady. He definitely wouldn't have won a Super Bowl if he didn't go to a team ready-made. So it feels like the same goes kind of with Jimmy Butler, is that he goes to the Golden State Warriors and he doesn't have to be the guy.
The Daily Tip, morning 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern from the BetMGM Network, America's home for wagertainment, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. Baseball opening day is right around the corner, and the Daily Tip with Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger are loading the bases.
The only thing, which I know we're going to say at some point, aren't you always afraid of the Mets metting? Like, isn't that part of their DNA?
I think it's a good roster. It's a really good lineup, of course, with Juan Soto now in the mix.
When you sign a superstar like Juan Soto, arguably the best guy on the planet, which is why he reset the market and signed this deal, then your expectations should be sky high.
But still, you're going to have 52 regular season games against your divisional opponents, and you have some good ones. The NL East is tough. You've got the Braves, who are usually regular season juggernauts, and you've got the Phillies. But still, it's a tough division, so I think I'll go under their win total of 91.5, just simply because it's a high total.
Wake up with a Daily Tip with Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger. Weekday mornings at 6 Eastern on the BetMGM Network. Listen anywhere on the go with the free Odyssey app or watch on YouTube. Beat the madness of March with the BetMGM Network.
You want to be the best at filling out your bracket? You need to start studying now.
I think it's just going to be Duke and Auburn at the end, and I need someone to talk me out of that opinion.
It's that time of year where you have a chance to be the smartest in the room. Join our insiders and expert guest analysis.
Clark Kellogg.
I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see any #1 seeds in San Antonio.
With the great Jeff Goodman from the Field of 68, a BetMGM production.
Listen, there's no team that's tougher than the Houston Cougars.
At Tom Crean.
There's Big Ten physicality, and then there's Michigan State.
I'm not going to say, hey, UConn could win it all, but that is a team still in the tournament that will be a tough out.
Get out of here. If you think the SEC deserves 3 #1s.
You can get Duke in a close game. You got to like your chances.
Live reacting to the upsets, the buzzer beaters.
Oh, my God, Michigan State in a half quarter. Game over.
My God, you got to be
kidding me.
Make the BetMGM Network your home for the madness. Listen anywhere on the go with the Odyssey app or watch on YouTube.
This is The Bet, WEEI, 850 AM, Boston. Part of the BetMGM Network. An Odyssey sports station and Boston's home for wagertainment. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The BetMGM Network presents to you the show where anything can happen.
Yeehaw!
It's the king of wagertainment, the prop king himself.
Your boy has got this ish figured out like I always have.
Nick Costos.
Go eat your Five Guys burger with your 1-star take.
You better, you better, you bet.
We need to celebrate betting on sports.
This is You Better You Bet, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas on the BetMGM Network.
What's up, everybody? Happy and merry, wonderful Wednesday. You know what? It's a getting kicked into high gear. Hockey playoffs are coming up. Baseball starting in a couple weeks, and the NFL said, no, it's always our time. Tons of news today in the National Football League, which makes this a wonderful football Wednesday here on You Better You Bet on the BetMGM Network. You've got me, Nick Costos. You've got Bill Zimmerman. You've got Tyler Morales. You've got Grant Leader. You've got Mike Brown and Femi. And we're here with you on the Odyssey app, on SiriusXM, on YouTube, on Twitch, the final hour on NBC Sports Now. We are heard on radio stations nationwide, and of course, we are embedded, tattooed, if you will, in your hearts and in your minds as we bring you the fastest show in all of wagertainment. We're talking all things sports betting. The show presented today and always by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Download the BetMGM app and visit BetMGM.com. All right, you know how we do. Costos, Femi, crew, you, here. You better you bet. So much sports betting goodness is coming your way, including a resurgence in Phoenix. The Lakers were awesome last night. And my Knicks, not great. Lose to yet another really good team. I don't know if the Warriors are on like the Celtics, Cavs, Thunder level, but Golden State's been great, and the Knicks lose to yet another good team. We will talk about last night in the NBA and what it means as we spin it forward. We'll also talk about the Wooden Award in college basketball, where have a capture the flag. Has the flag just been captured? Did Cooper capture it? Is it over? We will talk last night in college basketball. All our bets for tonight coming up in the final hour, the Power Hour, the NBC Sports Now hour. We look forward to that. And also, I am very pleased to announce that I spent some time last night and early this morning. And by early, I mean, I'm getting up at the ass crack of dawn, man. I got to get work done before my daughter wakes up. So literally, the sun hasn't even come out yet. And your boy, me, Nick Costos, I'm in the streets. I'm out there. I'm rubbing elbows with people in the streets. And I'm not talking the streets of New York City. You think I'm going out on the streets of New York City with all the psychos we have running around, punching people in the head? I'll tell you what, you might not like what Trump said last night in the address. He's right about that with all the lunatics in New York. No, the streets that I'm talking about, them golf betting streets. Oh, yeah. 4 outrights coming your way from me for the Arnold Palmer this weekend. Tyler's got golf bets as well. That's coming up next hour on the show. And man, and apparently the Puerto Rico Open. Is that live or is that like TGL? I don't know. Tyler's got live bets as well. Today's social question. Some are saying the best social question, not just in the history of You Better You Bet, but in the history of social questions. Maybe just in the history of questions, in the history of life. So here's the scenario off of what we did yesterday on the show. And it's a really specific scenario. So you, the person watching or listening, people on our crew, my fellow Americans, this is the scenario. I want you to think about it. You're at the bar, on the table, in the bar, or on the floor. You're at the bar or the club, wherever, house party, it doesn't matter. You've had, I don't know, like with me, it's like one drink plus at this point in my life. I have no tolerance. I'm a lightweight, right? You've just started to feel a little buzzed. I had an ex-girlfriend who used to say she would get her buzz on. I'm not making this up. So you've just started to get your buzz on. You're feeling a little buzzed. What is the number one overall draft pick? Songs you most want to hear in that exact moment where you think, oh, I'm buzzed, and this bleep rules. What's the song you most want to hear in that moment? At You Better You Bet, at the Custos, YouTube chat, Twitch chat, and you can tweet Femi, at Femi. Speaking of Femi, he joins me now. We're locked and loaded here on a Wednesday. What's going on, buddy?
Dude, it's a happening Wednesday, man. Like NBA, a lot of stuff after last night. College basketball was outstanding last night. Like that was like a little bit of an appetizer to March Madness. Double overtime in multiple games. It was an insane night in college hoops. And then we wake up this morning and we think that, okay, maybe we're just going to get one piece of NFL news. And then the NFL just says, here you go. Everything, unload the clip. How do you like us now? A really, really fun Wednesday that we have a lot to get to over these next few hours.
Yeah, so I think we, I'd love to just talk about this topic for 3 hours because it's really fun. My choice, I think, is actually one Tyler brought up yesterday, Love in This Club. Usher.
It's a great song. Love in This Club for you.
Tyler said it yesterday, just that it's, like, because he's right, like, I don't know if Tyler said it on the air or off air, that he felt like he was in a movie when it played, when he was in Tampa, I guess, on like when he was on vacation. But when that, dun 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 dun. I mean,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing about this, right? Like tomorrow, I could have it entirely in a different genre. Even doesn't have to be rap. Doesn't have to be. I might pick a rock song. I might pick Sinatra one day. I don't know. It really depends on your mood. I think that's what really makes
that first line when Usher's like, searching for somebody that I know you're gonna do. And you're just like, oh my God.
And the next line is, so come on, baby, come over here and show daddy what it feels like, right?
Yeah. Which we don't need to diagnose those lyrics.
All you're gonna do is tell me what you're sipping on.
It's a great song. So,
looking in my eyes on the other side.